right, welcome to Tyranny of Dragons, session 45. Are you not entertained? And we are ready to go.
Yay.
Yay.
Settled here. Alright. So, some stuff happened last time. You found yourselves at the end of an incursion upon the stronghold that was ran by the Cult of the Dragon, being led by Nerovane and his pet, or his dragon, not really his pet, but his dragon companion, Tooth. After going through, taking care of him, and learning some insightful information, you decided your best bet was to start heading back towards Waterdeep to report your findings, as well as attend hopefully another session that would be happening soon of the Council of Waterdeep. As you traveled back to the west, exiting out of the Misty Forest, you found yourself moving back along the Tradeway, which you've been to a couple of times. A lot of the sights and such that you saw along the way were fairly normal for what you've been seeing before. Still caravans of merchants and such traveled along the Tradeway, sharing the road with you. But they were all heavily guarded, as it seemed that everyone was now noticing the cult's presence in full force, and being wary of it, not wanting to be caught by small raiding parties and such. After a couple of days of travel, you found yourself arriving at the city of Daggerford. Not a particularly large one, but one that still had some significance here at the Tradeway. It was kind of a stopping point along the river here that ventured out towards the Sea of Swords to the ocean off to the west. You saw large walls surrounding it, and with evening pressing on, you decided to stop at Daggerford for the evening, find a tavern, and rest. You also decided to do a bit of shopping, as you do inside the larger cities. You were able to look around and find some stables and such where you proffered a carriage, a wagon, as well as a few draft horses to carry these things. After settling your payment and such there with a man who owned the shop, you went and got rooms for the evening, able to find a decent establishment that seemed pretty tame compared to others that you've been in. And after giving way too much money for your accommodations and being treated as essentially royal guests at the establishment, you decided to eat, have a few drinks, and then head to bed for the evening. As you awoke the next morning, daylight already shining through the windows, you went and had breakfast and started to head down towards the gates where you had been told your newly acquired wagon and cart, as well as mounts, these draft horses that you purchased, would be waiting for you. The streets of Daggerford being a bit too tight for them to have everything there waiting in front of the inn. As you moved across a large market space right next to the front gates of Daggerford, you noticed something almost simultaneously. A sound that you were familiar with. The sound of heavy wing beats in the air above you. You found yourself under assault by the cult, who, up until this point, hadn't really attacked you within any fortified positions, except for a long time ago back in the village of Greenest. But here they were, in a large village, a small city of Daggerford, attacking in broad daylight in the early morning hours, and they were centered on finding and killing you. In their retinue, you had found that they had all been transported upon the back of a large black dragon. I don't know, there it is. But there were some other creatures that you didn't quite recognize, though their nature was very apparent to you. Several fiends joined this attacking party that had been sent to kill you, along with some cultists and the dragon. As battle broke out, you saw people fleeing, and luckily they were all able to exit outside of the market without being killed in the process, but the enemies before you were a little bit more difficult than ones before. The cultists didn't stand much of a chance against you. You've seen their tricks before, but these fiends were a bit different. They attacked you from the air. A couple of very large creatures able to teleport themselves after attacking making themselves very hard to hit by those of you focused on melee in combat. The dragon's breath weapon was powerful. It did not feel good when it hit you, but it didn't seem as powerful as Chuth just because it couldn't summon it as many times as he could. All in all, you were ultimately victorious in this fight, though it did take its toll on a few of you. The battle kind of culminated as the dragon, seeing that it was outmatched, all of its allies being slain, decided to fly away, even with Stone Skull on its back, attacking him as he did so. In mid-flight, as Stone Skull brought down Gleam Edge one more time at this weakened dragon, was able to take the dragon out and kill it. Unfortunately, it was several feet in the air and above some rooftops in the city of Daggerford. And you all, from the limited viewing from the market, saw Stone Skull disappear and a large breaking of wood and such being heard in the distance as Stone Skull and this large black dragon careened through the rooftop of some kind of store or storage room and landed on the ground. But everyone bit beat up and such, Stone Skull kind of crawling out from the mess, a few concerned citizens coming to check on him, but he kind of shrugs it off. You all reconvene back at in the alleyways next to the market, and that is where we're going to start the session.
I imagine Stone Skull having an awesome exit, like smashing down and then walking out of the door of the establishment, like, that's fine. Dust covered. Yeah.
Oh, this is fine. Everything's fine. Don't
You guys
mind.
see that?
That was
That was
awesome.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. First thing, I want to search the cultists that were there.
Okay.
It's kind of to the group. They were here for us, right? There's no other answer to this.
I don't know. Maybe they'll have some kind of information on them.
Max, go ahead and make an investigation check. Okay. You said you're searching the cultists, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the cultists and then I guess the bodies of the fiends. I'm not too concerned about the dragon right now.
Yeah, the fiends did turn into like ethereal muck and such as they were slain. So yeah, there's not much left to search among them. As you search the cultists, however, on the dragon wings, the lower ranked individuals, you don't find a whole lot on them. You see that they have their basic weapons and such, these scimitars that you have seen dragon wings carrying around before. But otherwise, only finding a smattering of gold amongst them. Math, it's hard. 13 gold pieces between the two of them, so 26 total. As you search the dragon's soul, though, this much higher ranked wearer of purple within the cult, you find not only more wealth, but also a missive that you recognize written in the hand of another cultist and such based on the orders. You see the orders reading off that only referenced as the group has been sighted heading to the north towards this village or the city of Daggerford. Stage an ambush for the morning after they settle there and attack them. Clearly see this missive was sent to this dragon soul to attack you, the group, as they reference having no formal name to reference the group as. Still, after 45 sessions.
It's just, I don't know what to call this. Like, I got a million ideas, but none of them just sound like it, right? You know?
I don't know. That might be something that's forced on you tonight. So, as you're searching over this missive, you also find an item you're somewhat familiar with now. Oops. Not opening. There we go. You see on this cultist, there is... Shit, I tried to put in too many zeros.
No, it's fine. I go, it's solid.
You
Sold.
find 65 platinum on him.
Super sold.
D1000. I was like, okay, it's gonna be platinum. You're not finding 665 platinum. Sorry. So you find 65 platinum on him, and you find another item along with his short sword that you recognize. This orb. You know this to be an orb of dragon breath, item that can be used by a wielder to cause essentially a miniature breath attack coming from it. Unlike the other two, I think you've gotten one of cold and one of fire. Yeah. You see this one inside of it swirling with blackness. You assume is probably very similar to the attack of the black dragon that accompanied this raiding party. That of poison or acid. Acid. Yeah. So, an orb of dragon's breath that is centered on acid.
I'm going to kind of motion to Ignali and underhand it for the bag. So, check that out.
I will catch it, compare it to the one of cold I have on the other hand, throw it to Rokar.
I guess I have a orb of dragon breath now.
I don't know if I shared that with everybody. Let's see.
Oh man, you should just turn and throw it like, hey, Tara, take a look, and just bank her in the head with it.
No, she's already got one too.
I know, I'm just saying, for the lulz, like, you tossing it around. Check this out.
No.
Just like, blinking, Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Heads up,
There
what's
you
up?
go. Well, that's what that does. For everyone who has one, just remember
Nice.
what your element is, as I am not going to make separate handouts for each one.
We gotta collect them all, don't we? Surely something cool happens if you get all of them in a circle. A dragon ball.
Yeah, great. We get orb of Tiamat's breath.
Oh, just pulled the fuck out of my foot. That hurt. Okay. So yeah, that's all you find on the Dragon Soul's body.
Are those magical? Those radiate magic? I decided to use detect magic to try and source through.
100%. Yeah, the orb radiates magic. Nothing else does though.
Is it too much to ask what's cool?
Evocation.
Okay.
Tara's going to turn towards Ignali and ask, hey, do you need help with the skills again?
With the what again?
The skills on the dragon. I always want to take a bunch.
I believe Stone Skull collected a whole bunch. Oh wait, no, that was the last one. Yeah, we should. There's always room for more scales.
I
See how
have
many
an
bags I
idea.
have?
Let's maybe buy a couple more carts. Maybe a couple more horses.
Fire dragon?
Take the whole thing back to Waterdeep. I mean, we got to redecorate our place, and we got a stupid
You're right.
thing on the wall.
I
We
you
can
were
replace
saying
it with a
we should-
dragon head.
Or whatever we want. We can go full dragon motif.
I thought you
we
wanted
could-
to
we could
weekend
even
at Bernie.
strip it down and-
Black Dragon.
Ooh, we could weekend at Bernie's, the Black Dragon, which would also be hilarious.
What's weekend at Bernie's?
I don't know. Some old tome.
You're not on the rooftop. You were inside of the storage room, Stone Skull. You went through the roof. You do know that this dragon, like I said, I can show you all the battle map. Kind of see where everything landed here. Stone Skull and dragon went through the roof up here.
Right. I was saying he was more like stepping out through like the opening of the roof and like looking back at where everything is, and it's kind of like, okay, how am I getting down?
Wait, I have a question, Max. How are we getting the dragon out of that building?
Well, I mean, the building's already destroyed. Wouldn't take much to bring enough of it down to pull the dragon's body out. Then looking at his stone skull, I just kind of, yeah, I'll just dimension door up to the roof, and then grab him and bring him on down.
Okay, yeah, you're able to retrieve Stone Skull, who looks slightly beat up, a lot more beat up than you've seen him in a very long time.
Yeah, I'll when I see him, I'll use the medic spell and channel energy into healing him. I gotta click the box.
Ooh,
What was that?
that's some good healing.
The medic spell.
Medic spell.
Oh, medic spell. Gotcha. I always forget you have that. That's really neat.
Yeah.
Right? It's a nice
I like
extra
it.
heal. I mean, it's what it can do maxed out is 48 per day, but it's a free 48.
And that one's different than the one that I
Yeah, that's
have.
an item.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's an item that does that.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember correctly.
The one that I have.
Well, yours
his.
is a fee,
Mine was
but
the
his is
custom
an
fee,
item.
Yeah.
Yeah, his was an item that y'all got in the Throne of Bone, if I remember correctly.
Like a healer's kit thing. A
On
special
crack.
healer's kit. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, y'all have free reign. I mean, it's early morning here in Daggerford. People are starting to return to the market, kind of seeing the battle over with. You do see a few guards moving through. Actually, you notice the... Okay, that doesn't work. No. Wikia, no. Oh, well. You notice a few of the guards look a bit different. You see that they're wearing pretty heavy plate armor. It looks a bit out of place here, and Daggerford's a city, but it's not that big of a city. You usually don't see well-trained guards within it. Usually just kind of a city watch and such. You see a few of these individuals are well armored with heavy purple cloaks going down their back. On their breastplates, you see this symbol that looks like a shield, but inside of it you see what appears to be a dragon inscribed across it. But this dragon has an odd coloration as it's completely purple.
They got purple dragon knights out here?
Is that what's his name? Sir Istival?
You remember that Sir Istival said that he was associated with the country of Cormyr, and Cormyr is famed for their purple dragon knights.
King me.
Istival also said that he was on the council essentially as a representative of the city of Daggerford, which did make a lot of sense because it wasn't a large city or a kingdom and such, but gave him enough sway to be among those of the Lord's Alliance. So as you're seeing these knights, you think it makes sense for them to be present here. Maybe as those who came from Cormyr at Sir Istival's behest.
Yeah, I want to just imagine, put my hands around, say, everyone, it's fine. There's no more danger. The threat's past. Just kind of surveying the wreckage, but planning on. I'm trying to figure out how to get that dragon body out of that building.
My cabbages are not fine.
You're knocked out.
Ah.
No.
I love cabbage, man.
So good.
All right.
Cabbages too.
Always cabbages.
Cabbages? I didn't realize it was the season.
It's always a season for cabbages.
See a few knights or a few guards and such kind of milling around, and you see a few of them looking at you a bit hesitantly, and one kind of moves up and says, well, we appreciate you taking care of that incursion. We had heard that evil dragons and occults were attacking the areas, but hadn't seen anything around the city at least, so it's a blessing that you were here. I don't think we could have, even with all the guards here in the city, could have taken care of that dragon.
No, we have a bit of experience in this field. We were just on our way to leave as well. Had they waited another couple of hours, we wouldn't have been here.
That the man kind of nods, wiping sweat and such from his face, and looks back and says, "Well, fortunate that you were still here then."
Who can we see about helping with the assistance and repairs? Sir Esteval here?
That the man shakes his head, says, "No, Sir Esteval arrived some time ago, but he's left for Waterdeep and we haven't seen him since."
Without a nod, I'd say we'll do our best to help here, but we must be on our way. We're headed for Waterdeep as well.
Wait, Max. You need to tell the guard that the council's going to want the dragon's body. They need to get us horses and carts so we can take it back with us.
Nodding, I'll point. Because I'm talking to one of the commoners right now, right?
One of the guards.
Yeah. Oh, the guards. Sorry. Let's mention the corpse of that dragon. We need to take it with us. We need to show the council that the dragons now have no fear of attacking in broad daylight in the open. We'll gladly pay for any assistance that you can provide, but we need a cart large enough to, I imagine thumbing over and still seeing like part of the tail and wings hanging out of the top. Like, we need to figure out how to get that onto a cart and out of here.
With that, the guard kind of looks over towards the destroyed shop that Stone Skull and the Black Dragon crashed through the roof of. You see that it's pretty broken, just kind of imagine the dragon's kind of tumbled there. So like all of this part of the roof and walls and such have been broken down. It's still, the wall itself here still isn't broken enough to easily get the dragon out, but it could be possible with some work. As you're
Mr.
mentioning
Pebbles,
carting
you
the
fix
dragon
that?
off, the man kind of looks and says, "That is a very large beast. I don't think we have a cart big enough for it. I could see about us making one."
Well, what about several carts? We could strap them together or something.
That the man thinks for a moment, says, I'm not a wagon maker or cart maker or wheelwright. I can inquire for one for you and see if maybe that's possible. I don't know. I've never seen that done before.
I haven't either.
We we need to at least attempt it.
That the man nods as well
Get
for
back to the delivery, right? We get
Yeah.
the wagon. So, and another thing, real quick, get a barge.
barge.
Right.
I mean, the river is just north of Daggerford, and there is a river leading back out to the ocean.
No, we're not taking this on the open ocean. Nope.
Come
What if
on,
we
that would
turned
be
it
fun.
Wrong ground. Nah. Hey,
Seems
I don't
like
do
we're
water.
carrying bait across the ocean for whatever's hungry.
Havoc is
Yeah.
already looking for an excuse to use a kraken. Let's not give him one, please.
Right? Could you imagine what would happen if you drug a black dragon corpse through the water? Ugh.
Shoving the waters for larger game.
Yeah. All right. Be prepared.
If you do that, you're 1000% fighting a kraken. That's
We'd have
happening.
Oh, it's like we gotta fight a kraken. How do we do that? Oh, well, this one time we did it kind of on accident. It worked like a charm. Just
Kind of
gotta
an
find a
accident. The
dragon and
DM
kill it.
told us what we had to do, and then it happened. It was crazy.
Right. Yeah, let's see if we can procure another wagon or series of wagons.
Okay.
Horses required to pull this thing.
All right.
Okay. Sure.
Somebody, whoever you want, roll me a persuasion check.
I can.
Max, just
Bard's like,
fucking do it.
I'll do the talking. Yes.
Oh, you've got me beat. You've got me beat, but only by 4.
Lord.
I'm impressed, but
I think it goes
She
up
rolls
to
a 17 to 14. Okay. All right. So convincing the wheelwright to do this for you is no hard task at all. Somebody else, roll me a D10 minus 3.
Is this the number of carts it'll take?
Oh. Okay.
One it is.
So as
Odell Beckham Jr. just got traded to the Browns. Sorry.
did he really? Okay, continue.
by career. All right, so as you go talk to the wheelwright once again with this guard accompanying you, the guard kind of lavishly explains what had happened, and the wheelwright is very impressed. And as Maximilian makes this request to see about somehow fashioning several carts together to cart out this dragon, the guard doesn't even, kind of chips in too that they don't want the dragon's body here, so this would be nice to have. The man kind of nods and thinks for a moment, says, I could probably do that. It would take me about 1 day, I think, to do so, but I could get 4 of these carts kind of meshed together. It would take probably 4 horses, at least 3, but probably 4 to be safe, to haul this creature. But if you give me a day, I think I'll be able to take care of it.
We'd rather leave post haste, and you could have all of us as assistants in putting this together as fast as possible. We need to leave before. We need to leave in time to reach Waterdeep this evening.
Waterdeep is still like days away.
Yeah, we're still a few days away.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind then. Cool. See you tomorrow morning. Assess whatever, just basically tell them assess whatever costs we incurred for the horses, the wagon, and your labor. And we'll make sure you're well taken care of.
The dragon did that. And Stone Skull points up to the roof and the ceiling where the dragon is.
Guard kind of nods as you walk back in after making your arrangements and such with the wheelwright. You kind of point over to the wall, and he nods, says, "Yes, I saw that from a distance." You see him looking down towards this kind of middle-ish area. I do wonder, though, what caused all the fire and explosion here?
Also the dragon.
Like, looking down and seeing like shards of earth and such that are scorched, and like all of these stalls just blown away by fire.
Yep, absolutely the dragon.
Absolutely the dragon, 100% dragon.
That he kind of nods, says, yes, I didn't realize the dragons were capable of that, but, what do I know? It's
The machines of wanton destruction.
Yes, I can tell. Markets will never be the same, unfortunately. But we'll make it work, I suppose.
They could put a sign there saying that a black dragon was killed here.
You guys aren't going to like this, but I take the pouch with the platinum pieces from the dragon soul and hand it to the guard. Use this.
My money.
No, just kidding.
Okay, the guard kind of looks down, says, opens the bag and sees this pile of platinum within it, and looks back up at you and says, "Are you sure? I mean, this will adequately pay for the damages for the entire city, but you didn't cause much of it."
Against further attacks. You need to be prepared. You've seen it now.
That he looks down at the gold and kind of shrugs, says, "I don't think any amount of gold will assist us with fortifications against the dragon attack. Maybe pay for a few more guards, but
Look, Max has a bad habit of doing this. Buy men, buy weapons, do something with it, but he's not taking it back. You just have to take the money.
I kind of just shrug and smile. It's not ours to take.
No, I was talking to the guard, not you, Max.
Yeah, oh, I know. I was shrugging and smiling at the guard, like while you're talking next to me. Like, yeah, that's true.
See that?
That's accurate.
the guard just looks very confused. It's like, do I keep the money? Do I give it back?
Say, go put it in the coffers for the city, and make an announcement that reparations or repairs will be commenced post haste.
All right. So as you pay the guard, he takes it off, and you see, as the day progresses, going forward, you see the wheelwright is acquired quite a few volunteers after hearing about this group of adventurers who still have no name have saved the city. And all these volunteers step up, commoners as well as other guards and such, moving forward to assist with this task of readying a multi-wagon carrying device thing to carry a black dragon out of the city and to Waterdeep. It takes, once again, about a day or so, even with all of the extra help. It being kind of a monumental task to get several of these wagons bound together, not with rope and such, but actually with wooden planks, attaching them and kind of building walkways between them to hold them firmly together so that they wouldn't break apart, especially under the Black Dragon's great mass. Anything y'all want to do during the day or during the night, or just start next day?
No, I'm gonna find our spot and drop armor, and go back and help with repairs.
Tara's gonna help get the dragon out with the assistance of Mr. Pebbles. Of the building, that is.
Okay. Stone Skull is going to refill his magic mug and then ponder.
What's the magic word?
It's Guinness, unfortunately.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I keep talking about Guinness, huh?
I can't
It's
know.
spilling.
Refills it and begins to ponder what they would call this device that they're going to drag the dragon back, and says, "Oh, I got it. Conga line."
Wish I had conga music right now.
And then we'll proceed to help them.
All right.
Thank you, Joe.
Anybody
For the
else have
host.
anything they want
Much
to do?
appreciated, friend.
I'm gonna help Max help
And
clean
welcome.
up.
Okay. All right. So as you all help out, knowing that the construction of this colossal wagon is being made and taken care of, you all kind of shuffle about, helping out as best you can. You see a lot of villagers showing up to help kind of tidy up and remove, debris and such from the market that has been all but destroyed at this point. The money that you proffered off to the guard being spread around to the merchants and such, including one man who keeps crying about his cabbages. But the money definitely pays them back for their losses, more than likely tenfold each, as you just gave them several thousand gold. Several hundred gold. But more than enough to pay over their losses and such. As you're working, you are left with time to contemplate that attacks like this, especially, those from just straight cultists, could be repelled by a city like Daggerford. It has strong walls. It has a lot of guards and city watch and such to keep care of it, take care of it. But attacks from dragons, they're not so commonplace in civilized places such as this along the tradeway. They have no real way to protect themselves. You all think about that and have that kind of thought in the back of your mind as you're helping out getting the dragon taken out of the shop that has been just completely destroyed. by Stone Skull, as well as a dragon falling through the roof of it. But you're able to bring the dragon out and kind of set it up towards... What are you doing up here? Get your ass down there. Up towards the front gates, where you've been instructed to put it. After that, you, with the evening kind of setting upon by the time you're done, you head back, and there is a pretty large gathering at the tavern you stayed at the night previous. A lot of villagers have shown up, and you don't pay for anything that night. All of your drinks, and they are plenty, are brought to you. Many thanks are given for saving the city of Daggerford. A couple of these Purple Dragon Knights of Cormyr come to talk of you, and they speak flatteringly of Sir Isteval after hearing that you know of him. They say that he is a good man, a man that seems to lament the fact that he can no longer serve on the front lines as a Purple Dragon Knight, but a leader nonetheless. These men all seem to respect him deeply as they talk about him, especially after having a few tankards of ale. Even so, afterwards, there is no ill talk that you would expect of some soldiers about their superiors. They all deeply respect Sir Isteval for the man that he is and the things he has done. So with that, the night goes by with joyous celebration and such, and you return to your rooms and wake up the next day. As you get your breakfast in you and head back out into the city proper, you find yourself moving across the market, which looks a bit more passable than it did the day before, unfortunately with quite a few less stalls present as when you originally arrived in Daggerford. But as you make your way across, you see this, what can only be described as a monstrosity. You see there are 16 wheels in between these 4 wagons that you can just make out amongst the extra wood and planks and such that have been across it. You see the 4 wagons have been tethered together. The kind of crate walls, the little like foot-high walls that are on the sides of the wagons have been ripped apart and replaced by very thick, dark wood that is being braced by heavy iron all the way around it. You assume for either structural safety or to hold the bulk of a dragon. You see more bracing all throughout this monstrosity that looks passable. It seems like it'll do its job, but they went for function over beauty of form by all means. As you're looking at it, you see that several men have already started trapping long kind of hooks, like crawling hooks or climbing hooks around this dragon. And several people were lined up to start hauling it. And as you start walking into there, you see a collective pool as several men start walking away with the assistance of several draft horses, and they roll up these kind of wooden ramps reinforced by huge barrels as they roll this dragon's body up onto the monstrosity of a wagon. With a heavy dragging sound and the dragon's body kind of limply being drug up on top of you, you hear a heavy clunk clunk as its body settles onto it. You all kind of slow down to a stop as you see this, and you hear creaking of wood and such. Just it seems the whole contraption kind of shifts under the weight. You start to look down towards the bottom, and you see that several pairs of braces have been added to these wheels along the outside to hold them in place with this extra weight. After a few moments of it creaking and kind of shifting back and forth, it settles. And you see that this contraption has succeeded in its maiden voyage of carrying the bulk of this black dragon.
I'm gonna let out a cheer. See if I can get the rest of the crowd hyped up too.
It doesn't take much. You see all the men sweating and such, all moving around. They all start cheering and clapping each other on the back and such, with this feat being taken care of. The same guard you met the day before moves up to you, kind of nodding. He says, "Well, I think it'll hold. You may go not on any wild adventures and chases with the wagon, but it should get you all the way to Waterdeep without an issue. Good luck getting it through the walls there. I hear that the city guard may be a bit untoward into bringing a dragon body into the city, but who am I to say one way or another?"
Let's cover it up, at least to make it through the city.
We should keep it covered the entire time.
No, not when we ride into Waterdeep.
I'm not sure we want that kind of attention. It's a good morale boost for the commoners, but who knows where the cult's hiding out.
They found us here. I don't think they'll have any trouble keeping an eye on us.
Oh, you're probably right. Then we should display it proudly.
I think it's good for the people to see that they can be beaten.
Then we need a flag as well. If we're going to make a presentation of it, it
You have
needs
to
to be a presentation.
strike fear in the hearts of your enemies by having a name of your group.
It's also true.
We're the Guardians of the Sword Coast.
I vomit over my drink. Ugh. Terrible brew.
That's it. It's a terrible group.
Could just call ourselves the last resort.
The Council's right hand.
What was the one I had the other day?
Like the arm of the Council. The Council's will. Ooh, sounds cool.
Don't worry, chat. This is for the game. I promise.
Keep going. You're getting somewhere. Exciting.
This is what we mull over for the entire journey back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as we're riding, like, they can't just not call us something. Especially we're gonna need a name before we get to Waterdeep. Because now we're gonna have some serious recognition, and we want that. You know, for again, like morale purposes, right? I mean, we can be a light that they can all rally behind.
I actually like the scaled measures one. But that's a personal
I love it. Havoc's suggestion. It's the best one so far.
The blind council.
Of course, because it directly references you and no one else.
No, seriously, y'all need to think about this. I'm going to be right back while y'all keep pondering this over. I want a name.
All right,
I'll be right
chat.
back.
Buckle
Let's
in.
make
This is tonight's
chat give
session.
us a name.
Oh,
That's what we should do.
What?
we'll get feedback from chat and see what they think,
Okay.
and then we'll keep thinking of a party name too. All right, so chat, we have to come up with a name for our party, and nobody knows what to call us.
Your
So
input is blind girl, mute dragonborn,
here we go.
literal stone
Give us
skull,
some ideas.
flame bitch. Max, how do we metaphorically refer to you?
The cleric bard.
The white gold dragon.
The white gold dragon.
The fabulous dragon. Alright.
Ooh, the fancy dragon. Dragon with the fancy boots.
Fancy.
Just fancy boots.
Man, I don't know.
I feel like it's got to be something with dragon slaying. It has to, right? Yeah, it can't not now.
Everything I can think of has already been taken by Skyrim.
The
Ooh, gentleman Jogath, you tempting bastard.
The scales of justice. Ooh, nice.
ooh.
I like it.
I like him. We can keep him.
We do keep taking all the spells.
I mean, that's what we could
kill you
be.
last.
Like, that could be our guild hall name. We could just call ourselves the Scales.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like it.
Right? Like, that's
Okay,
good.
We're starting scale mail.
Alright.
Get one of them black dragon scales off. We're
So,
shipping it to the Willow Dragons.
Jogath had offered us the suggestion in chat of Scales of Justice. And I believe it's going to stick, and we're going to refer to ourselves as the Scales.
The Scales of
I like it.
Justice will be like the hall guild name.
Yeah.
And members can be called the Scales.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Now we can
happy
be
with
recorded
this?
in history.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Now we have a name.
So as you venture off from Daggerford, heading to the north, continuing on your way, I'm on my way. Oh, that's not the right map.
That's Waterdeep.
That's not where you're at yet. Okay. You find yourself moving along the tradeway once again, heading to the north towards the city of Splendors, the city of Waterdeep. Back and forth goes on as you continue on. It seemed to be somewhat uneventful. You've taken care of an assassination attempt. You've killed another worm speaker. Everything is going right for you right now, honestly. The cult still looms. You know that the Well of Dragons is still almost impenetrable at this point until the point where...
Do we get a long rest? This is a very important question. Do we get a long rest?
No, I'm kidding. Yes, you do.
Oh, yes. Okay. Thank God. Okay. Okay, cool. That's all I want to know. Just right before you decide to drop another dragon on us, Havoc, I want to make sure I'm ready.
I want to. Real
I
bad.
know you do.
But, like, how many dragons do I have to let you kill?
More.
All of them.
More.
At least one more.
At least one more, he
Yep.
says. Okay. At least one more, he
Not
says.
right now.
He's
Okay.
lowballing. I mean, I'm gonna go with a dozen or so.
Okay,
I was
let's.
gonna
Yeah.
say, if
But
it
there's
has
so many
fire,
colors we
I
haven't
would
seen
count
yet.
it.
Let me see. Give me 1 second as
Oh,
you're
no, here we
traveling
go.
along. Okay.
Here, Havoc, here's the supplement material. How does a wasteland dragon sound?
Well, I have supplement material I could be using. I just haven't broke it out yet. I will, though. Well, I have once, but not more so.
Here we go.
I want you to have some combat, but I don't want this to take forever. All right.
Bring back that
So-
blue bitch that ran away from us. Because I want
Yeah,
to
that's
fight
the only
that
one
thing
in
again.
the color that we haven't taken down.
Fucker's somewhere around here. I want it dead,
Black, green, red, white.
right?
Blue's the only one missing.
Think the
hell
cart
is
can
that?
carry two?
What does that do?
We can find out.
Now Havoc's thinking.
Okay.
That's not good.
Quick maths here. Everybody roll, or wait, sorry, not everybody. Ignalia, roll me a d20. I want to throw combat at you, but I'm not going to do it unfairly.
A very long silence.
You know that you're still at least 5 days from Waterdeep. It'll take some time. It might have been a bit quicker had you not been dragging an adult black dragon's corpse. But it does slow you down a bit, so it's going to take at least 5 days to get there. So you have 5 opportunities to see if combat arises. So the first day goes by as you leave Daggerford, heading to the north. You discuss amongst yourselves, saying things that should have been obvious to you before, but you realize that the group has never really decided on a name. All the greatest adventuring groups that have ever been recorded in the annals of history always have a name to themselves, and there's a lot of bickering back and forth. Tara likes a few names, especially this Blind Council name, which seems awesome to almost everybody, but you can't have Tara just singled out. That would not sit well with you, not with her ego already the way it is. Go back and forth, and after the first day, you just haven't found a consensus yet, but you feel you've made some progress, and you have some time to discuss, if nothing else. The second day, Maximilian, go ahead and roll me a d20.
Oh boy.
Getting it out of the way early.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Oh, shit. Okay. Second day also goes by somewhat uneventfully, unfortunately, for me. You continue on, still discussing back and forth, and you start to think a bit more about the accomplishments you've had in the past. You started out this journey in Greenest together on a simple traveling caravan. All of you with your different motives and such, heading towards the village of Greenest and arriving to find this massive blue dragon was attacking the village. And being the honorable heroes that you all are, you rushed headlong into danger, and after a very long and very tiresome night, you came out alive, albeit not without some casualties in the form of Stone Skull being taken out by a half-dragon that eventually you're able to kill. You see that everything seems to kind of revolve around dragons. The tyranny of these beasts being a constant reminder as to what your goals are. And you start to go off of that for your name and try to think of clever uses of it and such. And know that the group itself is a balancing matter. You're balancing out the evil of this cult that you've come to know over these several months that you've been traveling together and fighting against the cult. And you seem to be tipping the scales in good's favor rather than in the evil cult's. So you decide to play off that, and you find yourself just a bit closer to finding a name. With that, you find another rest. The third day goes. Rogar, go ahead and roll me a d20.
That's super cool. All bickering all day. Like, no, we can't figure it out. I don't know. You know what? I'm sitting on the other side of this dragon. I'm not talking to you right now. I'm going back here.
That's the cutscene that I want. Well, how about this? How about fuck you? Like,
Yeah, right. And just this camera pans out, just sitting on the back, like swinging my legs on the back of the dead dragon on the wagon. Like, no, the dragon wagon. Oh my goodness. We have a dragon wagon.
you're dragging this through the mud.
So good.
Dragon wagon. All right. Oh shit! I didn't do my roll. Okay. Waiting on one of y'all to win. So the third day, still back and forth, still bickering, just can't quite come to a consensus. And you continue on, knowing you're over halfway to Waterdeep now. Nothing untoward has happened. You've seen more of the same travelers and such along the way, along the tradeway, rather. Seeing these merchant caravans and such going back, who all kind of look at you and take a wide berth of this large contraption that is behind 4 large draft horses and this group of adventurers that is completely covered by a huge canopy that's been strung across it. They seem to be giving you a wide berth, not sure exactly what you're heaving along, but seeing that it's leaving very deep furrows in the ground below it from a massive weight onto it. But you continue on the third day with nothing untoward happening. Stone Skull, go ahead and roll me a d20.
Come on, bandits.
Come on, something.
Somebody try and rob us. You've been waylaid by enemies. Like, whoops for them.
Sorry. Sorry about your death.
Okay, there's 5 of you. Got it. I knew that.
Yup. Still 5 of us.
Everybody go ahead and roll me. Well, first and foremost, as you're traveling out across the tradeway once again, what's everybody doing during the morning, heading towards midday or so? The wind kind of coolly blowing a breeze. It's pretty welcome. It's summertime here in Faerun at the moment, and it's a bit warm outside, but the wind coming off of the sea to your west is cooling the air a bit. You're heading towards lunchtime. What's everybody doing?
Sarah is riding on the back of Mr. Pebbles, just hanging out.
Stone Skull's driving the dragon wagon.
Under Stone Skull's tutelage, I'm leading the smaller carriage and wagon combo.
I am spending most of my time in prayer, like unusually so.
Rogar?
Soon that leaves Rogar driving the other wagon.
No, I imagine that we tied them together. We had the carriage and the wagon attached to the carriage. I'm driving the carriage.
Sitting on the
We
back
thought
of
we
the,
might need a little wagon.
the back of the, sitting on the back of the dragon wagon.
Dragon wagon. You know, it's a shame we didn't come up with Dragon Wagon before this session, because I would have made that the stream title.
Right? It's just a missed opportunity, really.
It was. It really was.
Yeah.
Dragon Wagon's really good, actually.
Right? And now we have one. We just gotta find a place to park it. Like, what's that? That's the Scales Dragon Wagon.
Scales, you say? The scales of justice. Yes, haven't you heard of them? Their
Yeah,
tale will
it's
be
the,
told forever.
Yeah, it's the Guildhall Waterdeep that's covered in dragon scales.
Just scales, a few heads, some parts here and there. A fully stuffed black dragon just sitting in a corner.
Mounted to the roof, like it's gonna take off. Who do we gotta...
That
is
would
there a
be
taxidermist in Waterdeep?
That would be so fucking terrifying. Imagine being the commoner in the city that, like, they've been gone for like 3 months and they come back and they're walking into Waterdeep and they look up and see a giant fucking black dragon on top of a building looking like it's about to attack. Like, just imagine being that person.
No, you do it in like relief. We put the dragon on the roof and have it coiled up like it's laying on the roof, and then have its neck and head come down and open its mouth, and that's the door.
Huh.
Huh?
Ah.
Huh?
You know we're all a little bit insane, right?
A little bit. Speaking of insane people, everybody make perception checks.
Yep.
I like how that's never failed in any session,
Right.
like, ever. I mean, occasionally I'll roll a 15, but it's usually a 2, a 4, a 0, a -2.
The three of us that are paying attention on the wagons are leading the wagons. Well, Rogar's at the back of the dragon wagon, never mind.
Alright, so as you're continuing on, still kind of bickering back and forth, you feel like you've made progress to this it almost seems like an insurmountable task of naming this group of adventurers that you call yourself a part of. But as you're progressing on, still bickering back and forth, and some of you taking a break from it, resting on the wagon and such, Stone Skull taking forward, and Tara and Mr. Pebbles and Ignalia kind of leading this group of misfits forward. I'll just put you there. You see a couple of individuals stepping out from some of the trees along the tradeway before you. As you're looking... Stone Skull and Max are at the back. There I can't see shit. Ignalia. Okay. As you're moving forward, Ignalia and Tara, you're able to feel Tara feeling the presence, and Ignalia seeing several individuals moving out in front of you and somewhat blocking the way in front of you and your train of gigantic wagon carriage and another wagon. As you're looking at these individuals stepping out in front of you, you see two are hanging back behind the other two who are much more menacing looking before you. You see that these are clearly half-dragons, red half-dragons. You see their bodies are covered in scars and such, obviously veterans of combat. The hooded figures back behind them you don't quite recognize, but they are clearly staying a bit away from everything. As you move forward, you see one of the half-dragons raising up a snout and chin towards you. It says, "Halt! Empty your cargo, and flee into the woods, lest the cults take your lives."
You're funny. That's not happening.
Show him the cargo. Show him the cargo. No, you want to see?
Stone Skull's
You wanna
gonna
see what we
motion
got?
for him to come over and like reach back and just pull the cover up just a bit and show him what's underneath.
The snout, the teeth.
So as Stone Skull, from a bit behind, still steadied up on top of the wagon, kind of motions back and says, "Oh, look at the cargo." And as you do so, you can see the snout of this giant black dragon being revealed to these two half-dragons. As you do so, they peer forward, able to see in the clear day sun, and their eyes go wide. The one that was speaking towards you looks forward, says, "That's Nuzirion. He was sent." And he looks and starts to finally observe you more properly. He says, "You are them, then. Well, we'll finish what they started."
But they couldn't do it.
Everybody roll for initiative.
I wanted to tell them, so you put down your weapons and armor and you flee into the woods. But I'm cool with rolling for initiative too. Hey,
I can't select my token.
Do what now?
I cannot select my token.
Are you on the select tool? Do you have the pointer
I
tool on
am.
the top left?
Yes.
Uh,
I'll refresh, just in case.
Just in case.
I have control of your token. I do not know what is wrong.
An F and 9? With advantage, I rolled a 9?
I fixed it.
I rolled. That is lame.
That's lame.
6 and a 3.
They're not even going to be alive when it comes around to my turn.
No, they're not.
Oh, yeah.
How do you feel? How do you think Ignalia
Sucker.
feels every single fight?
She's
like,
fight.
"Please let something be alive. Please let something be alive. Oh, thank God, something's still alive."
That's why dragons are
Alright.
such a godsend and bucket of hit points.
Like, I ain't not going anywhere. I get to take a couple actions. Sweet.
All right. So as you see these half dragons moving down, the two individuals behind them, lowering down, obviously prepared to fight under the direction of these half dragons. Rogar, from the back of you kind of stood up and you're looking over the body of this dragon. You see what's about to happen. You are the first to react. What do you want to do?
I'll hop down and make my way towards them.
Okay.
Okay, I'm making up here. Just behind the rebels. And yeah, that'll be it.
Okay. All right. Rogar moves forward, hopping off the wagon, moving past and in front of Maximilian. Just imagine that you're sitting on a wagon as well. Moving up forward, kind of stationing up there, you see several individuals before you along the road. Stone Skull.
Okay, you ready for this, Havoc?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Gonna run up here, and I'm gonna reach down, unfasten the straps on this draft horse, and sit down on it, mounted combat.
Just slash the straps.
I'm not gonna slash him. I'm just gonna reach down and
fix it. It's fine. You slash him. Slash away. It's leather.
Slash away.
We're magic users. We got 3. We can fix it.
That's true. Yeah.
We good.
Screw it. Yeah, I'll slash them off. And I'm just gonna hop
right?
on, and we're doing it.
Okay. That will take your attack action to do.
That's fine.
But yeah, you won't have to make a sleight of hand check. Then you will just completely slash through the reins. The draft horse underneath you bellows, just like freaking out about what's happening, and then calms down. You can definitely feel as you sit on top of this thing is not trained for combat.
Nope. Where is it? This one.
Okay, you'll be able to direct it.
Okay. And then it should be, what is the movement of it? 40 foot?
For a
think it's
draft
40.
horse, I think so. Let
30.
me double check. Its movement is 40.
Its movement is 40. Okay. So I had 10 feet left, so I'll be able to move 20 with the horse, so I'll be to there. And then, yeah, just keeping Gleam Edge out and ready to use.
Okay. All right, you all watch as Stone Skull flies off the edge of this, just standing jump, flies over the head of one of the horses, landing on the back. It kind of this other one up in the front. It kind of buckles a bit under his weight, but stands back up, and he cuts the straps off it and takes off, galloping the horse or sending the horse into a gallop forward as he rushes that way.
All the flavor way to end that, right, is right as you slash, the movement is him like rearing up real hard and then getting down and just
Starting to run.
that's so good.
2 other half dragons, these green, appear out of the trees and bushes to your left and right and move forward. Nobody able to perceive them initially. This one moving up there, this one moving up next to Ignalia, and they both attack. Okay. Let me unhide their rolls now that I'm done with sneaky time. Hide these guys. Nope, never whisper. Okay. What about... Oh, I lost the sheets. Come back. Baby, come back. Alright, we're all good. Okay. So they're both attacking with their short swords. First attack at Terra. A 10 to hit. Second attack at Ignalia. A 16 to hit. Or sorry, a 14 against Terra. I think still doesn't hit though. Alright. And they're going to try one more time. This time without advantage. 23 against Terra.
Pretty much, I'm like,
And
but
16
I'm
once again
not
at
sure. I'm
Ignalia.
not sure if they have it. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna
Terra's a 23
unfasten
hit.
it and run. I'm going to warding maneuver if it hits.
Yeah, sorry for my mic. Yes, it will hit, and then I'll help. Oh, I didn't need to. Well, whatever.
Alright. So the shield plus Gleam Edge flying over the edge of this horse is able to block this short sword attack from this half dragon. This half green dragon, rather. These guys are going to move forward. This one is going to immediately look towards the horse Stone Skull and Terra, and is going to unleash a cone of fire.
Okay. Dex save.
Dex save from the horse. From
Yay. I don't have a card for that.
the dex save will be just a straight D20.
Okay.
Go ahead and just roll that. 9.
Okay, one sec.
Stone Skull.
Yep.
It says it's a DC 13 save, though.
Yeah. And is this half damage if successful?
Because of one of your Cavalier things.
Yeah. Amount of
Okay.
combatant. If successful, then it takes no damage.
Okay. What was my damage? 76. Alright, everybody succeeding. You will only take 11 points of
horse taking 0.
fire damage from this first one. Go ahead and do your calculations.
Oh, did
draft
that reach out
horse.
to Mr. Pebbles?
You said you were riding Miss. We'll just keep him where he is. You
Okay.
hop down or something whenever confronted. Shit, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was adding health to the draft horse.
Mounted combatant
draft horse
is
doesn't have a lot of
so
health.
Good.
He's a regular ass draft horse.
Mounted combatant is so good.
So how much damage does the
Yes,
draft
it
horse?
It
is.
takes 0 damage. It succeeded. It was a 13.
Oh,
it
alright.
succeeded, so it takes nothing.
All right, so you steer the draft horse out of the way.
That's beefy.
Mm-hmm.
You see this other one though moving up and doing much the same. But he's going to direct it off in this direction, so it only hits you and not the half-green dragon. So another fire breath.
Okay.
So another round of dex saves.
Okay.
Oof.
So in this case, it will take half damage.
Okay. Tara, another dex save.
Thought I went through, sorry.
Stone skull.
You need me to throw one?
Yeah, it's hitting all three of you.
Oh.
Horse, you, and Tara.
Okay. One second.
Not roll one for the first one?
No, because I didn't think
Oh.
it. It's fine.
Oh no. Yeah, it's hitting you.
I get
okay.
advantage on both, so
Yeah, just roll one more.
yeah.
Okay. So half damage from the first one was 11. Half damage from the second one will be 76. Will be 10. This guy fails, so he takes half damage. So he takes
10.
10 instead.
The horse
yeah.
takes 10, yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me just show that to you. He's hurt. That did not feel good.
No, it did not feel good. I'm sorry, horse.
They do anything else? I don't think so. Yep, you can only do that. All right. These two guys in the back are going to look towards what is happening before them.
They're gonna fireball us. We're in a perfect little square. They can fireball us. A 20 by 20 square. Ignalia.
This one is going to move.
Me.
15. Wait,
Tara.
5, 10, 15. And seeing a lot of allies in the area.
If I was playing, that would get a fireball.
And why do you have
right
nothing
now.
but AoEs? Ugh. Give me a second. Spellcasters. What's the range on that?
It's definitely a 20 by 20.
Okay.
So
Ignalia.
don't die, Ignalia.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
What rhymes with wounter smell?
Okay. Using your reaction to do so. Okay.
Wounter
That
smell.
is countered. Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be terrifying.
Alright.
Like, we're mages. Attack. Like, no. What do you mean, no? No, I'm good.
Listen, I'm busy sword fighting this guy over here. Can you please keep it down?
In armor with a sword and shield, like, silence.
I'll be right over, okay?
Alright. One more time.
I
Very
100%
good.
should have bonus action.
You said
Raged.
wisdom?
Correct.
I mean, it wouldn't make that big of a difference because I saved anyways.
All right,
but-
yeah. You feel this presence entering your mind, commanding
Well, it
you
would've
to
have
kneel.
yes.
But you're able to fight it off as this caster is chanting up above you, trying to cast a spell on you, but unable to do so. Both of them either countered or unable to make their magic take effect. Max, you're on a wagon in the back now.
Yeah. So I'm going to take flight and move up above. Hey, I want to move you. 20 feet in the air, which here will put me in range of this guy. And I will cast Hold Person at a 5th level.
On that guy.
And target all 4 of them in the back.
Alright, you have range on all 4 of them, so... so everything in the back you're targeting with Hold Person, which is a Wisdom saving throw.
DC 17.
What level did you say that was?
5th level.
5th level? Okay. Da, 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 da.
Get a 15.
Alright, it fails. Alright. So Wisdom save's coming out as he tries to counter your spell, but is unable to do so. So 1, 2. This guy will be subjected to Hold Person. The other one will not. And the red dragons will make their Wisdom saves.
Oh.
I got one.
Ooh.
That one. The second one will be subjected to it.
2 out of 4 is not bad. And then as a bonus action, I'll give a point of inspiration to Stone Skull.
Okay.
And now on my turn.
All right, Max, weaving this magic through the air as he chants out loud, commanding these creatures to halt. He feels weaves of magic being counteracted to it, but he's able to break through them. His magic taking effect on 2 out of 4 of these people ahead of you. You see them freezing into place as they are paralyzed for the time being, which will be... conditions. I really need a sheet open at all times showing me all conditions. Paralyzed.
Auto crit.
Past stated, so yep, auto crits will happen. It automatically fails fails strength and dex saving throws. Attack rolls against it have advantage. And
Hey Stone Skull, did you hear that?
On it.
hope so.
There's that one guy there.
I mean, not to say mounted combatants broken, but
Are you gonna? Oh, you can try running down.
I automatically get advantage on melee attacks against stuff that's smaller than the horse.
Oh,
All right,
can we
Tara.
Oh man. Oof. Hold on. I'll be back.
It's super fucking overpowered.
Tara
For me, it's
is
super
going
overpowered.
to cast Banishment at 5th level,
Bye.
targeting both of the green dragons.
Bye.
You mean you're casting at 6th level?
6th level? Oh, it's
No,
It's a
5th level or
spell.
higher.
5th level or higher. I'm doing it too.
Is it?
Banishment's a 4th level spell?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought it was 5th. My bad.
Yeah, you have it listed wrong. It's Abjuration 5, it's Abjuration 4.
I think it might, even if he casts it, it might
It
automatically
upcasts and
adjust
changes it.
because it's telling you what the spell level is, effective spell level.
I don't know
Maybe
why
it
it's doing that. I drug and dropped it, and it's in a 4th level spell slot, so...
Is?
Yeah,
Okay,
cast,
alright, cool.
just do me a favor, click it again as a 4th level spell.
Just add your... Well,
Yeah, I'm
Don't do that,
casting
so
it. I'm casting it as a thing.
We just want to test
Yeah.
to make sure it's just
Yeah,
changing
just
the number.
cast it
Willie.
again.
Yeah, see, it's
Willie,
showing
your
it as
hold
4.
person is listed as 5 too.
yeah, just
Oh, is it?
listen...
Yeah.
Just add your spell slot back now that you've done
Yeah,
that, because
yeah.
it did just subtract it. Alright, so you're doing that to both of them. This other guy, you're within 60 feet, is going to attempt to counterspell. At 5th level, he will have to roll, I think. Yeah, he's gonna roll. He's only casting it at third. Oh, your spell fails. It is countered by this mage.
What did he have to beat?
15.
Oh, I didn't use my DC.
Yeah, it goes by spell level.
Spell
10
plus-
plus
Yeah,
spell
it gets
level.
his counter spell. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It should be
All
spell
right.
level and ability modifier, in my opinion, but it ain't.
Well, then, Mr. Pebbles is going to attack the one closest to him.
Okay. 18 hits.
And that will end my turn.
All right. So Terra attempting to weave this spell to the air. You see this one mage that is still not frozen, able to cast his hand out and rips the weave asunder as the spell tries to come to fruition to banish these two half-green dragons. But it doesn't come there. Mr. Pebbles slams down on the half-green dragon with one fist. He takes a little bit of damage, but is very much still standing. Ignalia.
All right. Anyone want to guess? Get one guess.
You can pull out your bow, drop the shield.
It's a good guess. No, I am going to pull out my sword and unleash something brand new.
Ooh.
Judgment.
Does a 14 hit Havoc?
Against the guy to your southeast.
Yes.
It does not.
I didn't think so. Alright. I'm going to quicken spell and do it again.
Okay. That's your cantrip, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. 16 will hit, though. Maybe?
Fantastic.
Yep. 16 will hit.
Alright, perfect. So 12 slashing, 10 radiant. I'm going to smite on top of it. Okay, 14 radiant total.
Okay. Oh, shit.
And bonus action, activate the mantle.
So you can
Action.
prime and detonate somebody? That's pretty slick.
Mhm.
Yes.
Been hounding me for weeks about that.
Weeks.
I want to do a custom cantrip. I'm like, okay, send me thoughts. 2 weeks later, sends me thoughts. Cool, that sounds balanced for the most part. There's a couple additions. All right, 2 weeks later, did you approve it? Yes.
Yes.
That's not how it happened.
That's how it happened. All right, anything else?
Nope, that's it for me.
All right, so as Ignalia swings her sword through the air, you see a different type of radiant energy spreading out from it as it marks this target. You see it kind of glowing with this faint radiant flame kind of coalescing around its body. You haven't seen this type of magic from her before. Rogar, your friends are fighting. You're standing behind Mr. Pebbles.
Yeah. Kind of behind the green half dragon and pokey pokey.
Pokey,
Pokey pokey. Oh dear, that is unfortunate.
That is savage.
Go ahead and roll that D100 for me, please.
Maybe that'll teach you to stop stealing everybody's kills.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
if
think he
people-
learned his lesson last game.
Yeah.
Oh, he still got one of yours, didn't he? Oh, yeah, never mind.
Fucker.
Still being punished.
I don't steal kills. I finish.
Solid 19. Alright. Okay. What is this saving? Oh, motherfucker. Okay. Alright. So as you lunge forward with the gentleman, moving up from behind Mr. Pebbles, you lunge forward with this rapier. Unfortunately, as Mr. Pebbles' fist comes down right next to you, he jostles your rapier into the ground, and you fall forward with the force of the impact. As you fall forward, you find yourself falling down to your knees and prone, but you grab up, just instinctively to try to grab hold of something to keep yourself up, and you grab this half-dragon next to you, who's scowling at you, and you drag him to the ground with you. You are both prone. Your movement is 0 now, though, Rogar.
Oh, okay.
Crush them both, Mr. Pebbles.
Anything else?
No.
Nope. Okay, you see Rogar dragging this half-green dragon with a short sword in his hand to the ground with him. They're both rolling around, tussling with each other on the ground. Stone Skull.
Gonna move right here, and as the horse is running, bonus action rage, and here we go. Northwest. Well, same roll.
23 will hit.
Direct north.
20.
What is that? Oh,
will
that's
hit as well.
bless. Ignore. It's all 21.
Oh, okay. So yeah, 21's both hit.
Okay. So here's that and that. So 12 and 13. And
does that include rage damage?
no, so 4 more on that. So 15 and or 14 and 15. I had the wrong thing checked. Yeah, 14 on the first, 15 on the second.
Okay.
Action surge.
The second gets max damage, right? It's auto crit. He's held.
Yep, it's auto crit. So, 24 on top of that.
So, 24 extra.
Yeah, if it's auto crit, yeah. It's,
yep, 100%.
Or no, 12. Sorry, 12 extra. So 20. What is that? 27. 27 total.
Okay. All right, got it.
And then, yeah, same thing. First to the north, so that's gonna hit
North.
and that'll wipe him
Auto
out because
crit.
it's also going to get rend as well on that.
Okay.
That
So
maybe should wipe him out. Hopefully, I'm hoping.
You're cute.
So 12,
much
29, 31, 31 plus. Math is hard.
Make sure you roll your
33.
2d6 again for your slashing.
Yep.
For your rend.
Yep, 33. So, an additional 33 for rent.
So what's the total?
Let me get a calculator. I don't know.
You should be rolling 2d6 again for rend because that is a roll, so you get a crit damage on it. So roll an additional 2d6, and then it should be 17 plus 12 plus 11 plus whatever you get on the 2d6 plus 2. That should be your total damage.
Jesus.
That's really good quick math. I was not following anything that was happening.
Okay, so 17 plus 12. 52? Okay. All right. He's still alive. Yep. Okay. 27 will hit. Another auto crit. This one may do it.
I mean, auto rend too, right? Because I mean,
No, he didn't get rend again.
damn it.
32. Oh. Okay, he's still alive. Still alive. He has 1 HP.
No,
I promise I won't steal it.
don't listen to him.
He had 33 HP. That's hilarious.
That is super sad.
The boots.
Hey. All right. You can dismount and have movement. Well, no, you already used the horse to run forward. Never mind. You don't have movement. That is unfortunate. Okay, so Stone Skull bringing heavy swipes as he's attacking back. You see him in his natural form, back on the mount again. This time, this untrained draft horse, being guided by his will. Remind me next turn, you will have to make another animal handling check. Swinging Gleam Edge through the air, slicing through these two half-red dragons. You see this one has massive gashes through him. Is barely standing. Stone Skull barely able to keep hold of the horse who is panicking underneath him, but he does keep hold of it. This guy's going to stand up. He's going to turn towards Rogar and attack him with advantage. So a 17 to hit.
It meets a beat.
All right, so he will hit you. So you are going to take 6 piercing damage plus 26 poison damage from his blade. As it digs into your skin, you feel, or into your scales, you feel this burning sensation. As his short sword is obviously... Oh yeah, con save, sorry. Yeah, before you take the damage.
I was like, I hear you. I'm like, I don't want to interrupt because the flavor's great, but like, you know. No. Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's 26. Oh, and he had advantage. So you take another 16 points of sneak attack damage as well.
Ooh. Should have tackled that guy.
So, just to give this to you,
It'd be a shame
6
if someone were
plus
to kill your
20
buddy up there, wouldn't it?
that was a total of 48 points of damage to you, Rogar.
Alright.
And he's going to attack you again. With advantage, because you're still prone. 20 to hit.
No.
Go ahead and make another con save. Another con save, please. Alright, this time you're able to fight off, so you only take 12 plus 7, 19 points of damage. So total between 48 plus 19, 67 points of damage in one turn. That one went. This one, not amused by Ignalia's shit, is going to... Oh, he doesn't have all the rogue traits. Damn it, I wanted him to bonus action run away. He is going to... Oh. Alright. Ignalia and the horse need to make Constitution saving throws. The horse will have a +1 to his saving throw. Yes.
Fail.
Okay. Dark Souls music, let's go.
Yes.
Alright. Draft Horse, you got anything to save its life? Actually, it would still survive if it took half damage. Does it still take half damage? Ah. That's unfortunate. Alright. So as this half-green dragon looks towards Ignalia, it rears its head back and leaves out this huge cloud of poison that spreads past Ignalia. The horse kind of turning around, seeing it coming towards it, unfortunately is affected by it. Stone Skull, due to his sitting, is not. But the horse collapses underneath Stone Skull. Stone Skull landing on the ground on his feet due to Cavalier, but the horse is dead. Ignalia, you take 16 points of poison damage. And that's his turn. This guy can't do anything until the end of his turn, right? His whole person end of turn save or beginning of turn save?
End of turn.
End of
The
turn.
end of his turn. Yep.
All right. So the other one is going to do a thing. What's he gonna do? He's gonna roll first and foremost. They're both gonna roll. 1d6, 1d6. Okay. So left one is one that rolled first. He does not have his fire breath back. He is going to instead rush forward with a shield outstretched at Stone Skull now that he is on the ground, and is going to attempt to shield bash him, but misses. Then he is going to bring his spear around. Well, no, he can make 3, so he's gonna try one more time. 22 this time.
22 does hit.
All right, make a strength saving throw. I know you're terrible at these.
I'm so bad at these. I'm
Oh,
so
shit.
bad at these.
Oh shit!
That was literally the worst I could have rolled.
You do have bardic inspiration.
Oh, chip.
Ooh. Okay, so an
All right.
additional 7.
All right, so at 18, you will not be knocked prone. He will instead just stab you with his spear,
Yeah.
missing his attack, unfortunately. The other one will make a wisdom saving throw at the end of its turn. 18, I think, beats it.
That will, yeah.
All right, yeah, he's unstunned. Not that it matters.
The
Alrighty.
6 is the damage, right? On the shield bash?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, from the silver
So
bash,
halves.
yes.
Okay, gotcha.
So half, so only 3. Okay, all right, okay. Okay. Alright, one of these guys can't do shit. The other one can, though. Y'all are making me think this time. I'll bring
You're
out
welcome.
spells I wasn't expecting. Alright. Okay, that's the radius.
We're trying to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, no, good job. Proud of y'all. Shit. Nope. Damn it. This map is really small. Alright. This guy is going to vanish. As he
No.
chants and begins to move his arms
Where's it
across
going?
his body. You see his body fading, and with a puff of smoke, just vanishes from sight. Okay, and this other one's gonna make a wisdom save against. It's still stunned, still paralyzed. All right, Max.
Well, seeing Grogar take a beating, I am going to descend, fly down next to him.
Okay. Land on the
And-
ground or hover
yeah.
5 feet off. Okay.
I'm gonna land on the ground. And as I go to help him up, I'm gonna avoid him from being able to see him.
Sigh. I think both are actions. If you're trying to help him up, that would be an action.
Oh, that was just for flavor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Your spell fails.
Oh.
Oh man.
Oh.
Oh!
Who cast
Oh.
that?
Okay, you feel
Who cast
weaves
that?
of magic. You feel weaves of magic from somewhere in the
Oh, that
ether
motherfucker.
affecting your spell. But then you see Ignalia turning around and raising her hand, and as she does so, you see this interference that was interfering with your magic dissipated completely as the weave is torn asunder, and Rogar vanishes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give a point of inspiration to Ignalia. That'll end my turn.
All right. So Max moving over to Steve, kind of reaches down, starting to hold him up, and you see that he's not actually trying to lift him up. He's laying his hands onto him, and as he does so, Steve vanishes. Tara.
I've been thinking about what I'm gonna do, and yeah, we're gonna do it this way. We're gonna do it at 6th level this time.
Okay. Who are you
This
targeting?
guy, this guy, and this guy.
All right. What's the save? Charisma. Oh boy. All right. Both the half greens and the half red as well. That isn't stunned.
Yes.
All right. Half greens are making their rolls first. Charisma saves. What's your DC?
17.
They both fail. Half red. Also fails.
Bye-bye.
We'll say tower means they're not on this plane of existence anymore.
Huh.
Good a thing as any, I guess.
I have it come up a lot. I have a few parties that cast banishment all the damn time, and then it always turns into, well, where were they when they vanished? And I was like, well,
You're supposed
you
to
can't just move
remember.
into the GM layer. Like, you're supposed to remember where they are, but fine.
And that's for my homie Stone Skull.
Okay.
Good thing
Anything
I got
else?
that.
That'll limit her.
Stone Skull not taking much damage. Rogar about to die, but you decide to cast the Stone of Ages on him as you banish 3 of these creatures to another plane for the next minute. All right, Ignalia.
I was waiting for Stone Skull to tell me to get away from his kill.
No, I was going to actually tell you to hold person, Rogar.
We can't see him now, unfortunately.
Instead, I'm gonna move up to here. And this guy's held.
He's paralyzed.
Yep.
Okay, that means advantage, right?
Yup.
And auto crit.
So,
if you
yeah.
And an
hit.
auto crit if you
25 to
hit. So 25 will hit as an auto crit to do so. Go ahead and
Oh.
tell me how you kill him because he does not have that much HP.
Oh,
Actually, go ahead and roll your damage. Just double check. Just go ahead and
Okay.
tell me how much damage you do, just to see. If you don't smite. If you
well,
do smite,
that's-
he's dead.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
17
Yeah,
slashing
smite crit.
and 17 slashing and 27 radiant base.
How much is
So,
that?
39 total.
He's still alive.
Okay. Well, I am gonna smite though, so
Okay, yeah, he's dead then. Told you if you smited, he's dead.
Oh yeah, he's super dead. He's super
Yeah,
dead.
he's paralyzed. Wait, can he not take react? I don't think he can take reactions.
No.
nah, you can't do anything.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he's dead.
All
Not
right.
that it, yeah, wouldn't have mattered actually. So
And I look temptingly over at the weak prey, but I just end my turn.
all right. So swinging down with judgment, judging this one to be wanting. You slay this mage with your sword bursting with radiant energy, and then bursting with even more after the fact, and he is blown to bits before you. Rogar, you're on the ground, but you can't see your arms or legs anymore.
no. I will stand up.
Mm-hmm. After your movement.
Move next to Stone Skull.
Uh-huh.
And whisper words of encouragement and tell him he's got this. My turn.
Can you use the help action for Stone Skull?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, grabs his arm. This is how you finish. Like
Make a
this.
persuasion. Rogar, make a persuasion check. Stone Skull, make an insight check.
Can I do intimidation instead?
Nope. You believe that Rogar has changed his ways. He moves forward and he's like, Stone Skull, I know you have it into you, as he points to this half-dragon barely surviving. He's on death's door. But you see Rogar turning his rapier and putting it down by
No,
his side, and he
he-
looks at you
I don't
kind of-
see anything.
Oh yeah, you hear the words. Sorry, you hear the words. But you can tell by his voice that he is encouraging. He seems to be 100% behind you taking this kill. He has no intention to steal it.
God?
It's your turn. God?
God, is that you?
You sound like Stone Skull. I hate you.
Oh no, that's not. That's not. Is it gonna hit? Because I gotta-
6. Yeah, no. Yeah, that
Okay.
hits.
I
He's
just had to
held.
make sure because advantage.
No, he's not. He
David.
survived. He got out of it.
Oh, okay.
No, he
Oh,
got out
no,
of
you're
it.
right.
Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
you're right. You're right.
Yep.
Sorry, you call.
16 will hit, by the way.
Okay. So 16
This-
damage.
Go ahead. Describe it. He had 1 HP.
Not knowing that Rogar is beside me, I'm going to Stone Skull's going to bring the greatsword back over his left shoulder and just wildly swipe in the direction of the guy in front of me. And I kind of envision Rogar like ducks like last second, like, holy shit, that was my head. He almost got me. And swipes right through the guy. Just a clean swipe, like right across his chest.
All right. As he falls, almost bisected by Gleam Edge's cutting edge. This guy was already on death's door, and you just sent him there very quickly.
And I'm going to start walking around like, where the hell is this other guy? Because he was just here. I don't understand why this guy's gone. And
see an empty space.
And I can't hold my second attack, can I?
No.
It has to be the full action.
Correct.
Okay, yeah. Then that'll be my turn.
Okay. All right, Stone Skull finishing it off. You see him treading around where he sees obvious, kind of footprints in the ground where this other half-red dragon was standing, but is no longer there. He looks a bit confused, never seeing the effects of banishment before. They're both chilling on another plane somewhere. This guy's dead. The other one's chilling.
Can they save to get out of it? At the end of their turn?
Nope. They're just there until
banishment's just gone.
Commanded to come back.
Okay. They're all gone. It's just you guys now. Uh-huh. Everybody but Ignalia make a Constitution saving throw.
Jesus.
Okay.
Why did I have plus on that too?
Get wrecked, Rogar.
Okay. DC was something. Where's it at?
Swear to God, if I failed.
And I even have like a plus 10, and I still failed that. Probably
Maximilian and Stone Skull fail. As you see, a blast of cold air erupts from your north, sweeping down amongst all of you. Stone Skull and Maximilian, you take 30 cold damage. Steve has a... Wait, do you have evasion on con saves or just deck saves? Okay, so you'll take 15. Tara will take 15 as well.
I'll take 15.
I will take 7.
Okay. And that will be its turn.
What's turn?
Its turn.
What's turn?
Huh, okay. All right, Maximilian.
He's not answering me. Where's the blue guy? I want the blue dragon to come back.
I have had quite enough of that. So it's 30 feet from me.
Okay, so you're casting it as a spell, not a ritual?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take flight. Move 20 feet in the air here.
Alright, so 4 there. You see that one type, illusion magic, radiating from around here.
I'm going to just yell, to your north, Stone Skull. No, near the tree.
Oh, yes.
And
thank you, Stay Bot.
I am going to cast Sanctuary on myself.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that'll be it.
Alright, Maximilian calls out directions to the north of the tree. He senses magic there, casting this radiant arcane energy around him. Tara, it's your turn.
Alright, I'm going to use...
Make a Banishment. Concentration spell. It is. Make a con save, please. Okay. How much damage you take? Oh, sorry. It was a 15.
No, it was a 7.
Oh, because you took less damage. Yeah. All right. So 10 still makes it. All right.
And can my blind sight figure out where that guy is?
Make a perception check.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay. Step ahead of me. Yep. You can feel him.
Yep.
Right about here.
You can sure see it.
All right. Then right about there. Let's just call it level 5.
Let's just call it level 5. I like that.
25 cube. All right. Dex save. I
I don't have that one set up as an attack yet. That's silly.
Okay. He's gonna make his dex save. 20.
Oh, that's gonna make it.
Alright, so taking 16. Yeah, 16.
And that will be rough terrain.
Oh no.
Alright, so it's what? How big is this square?
It's a 20-foot cube. Just like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, did it. Alright. Anything else?
And then
Let's move up. Give you guys a little more to see here. Not
I'm
much,
going to
just a
actually
square.
move over to right here, drop
there,
my
maybe
concentration, and as soon as I do, Mr. Pebbles here is going to make his attack, and he's going to suck it up.
No. That one hit.
What's Mr. Pebbles attacking?
She's dropping concentration on the spell. The banishment.
Oh, yes. Okay. I knew that. Promise I was only mildly confused. Okay.
Only mild.
Alright, so 7. We'll not make him roll just because brevity. 22 will hit though. Go ahead and roll damage for the second one.
Oh, that guy's in a really bad spot.
Okay. Alright. Anything else?
That will end my turn.
Alright, you see these 3 individuals popping back into existence, looking somewhat confused. This bottom left half-green dragon in his confused state does not see the second fist coming around, hitting him right in the chin, knocking him senseless for a moment, but he is still standing. Ignalia.
I will return to my friend that just reappeared and make another judgment.
That'll hit.
Alright. Damage there is accurate. So he is marked, and because I really want to see it, I'm going to quicken spell, do it again.
Do it.
20 will also hit.
So he takes 7 slashing and 26 additional radiant. So
Alright.
21 slashing, 41 radiant.
That poor guy. He might die. Actually.
Ouch.
Yep.
He's dead.
Yep.
A nice little holy explosion from my general coordinates.
Like almost like that holy gong kind of sound like oh shoot, oh boy, get him.
And yeah,
Welcome
that's my
back
turn.
and die.
Alright. This one assassin, this half-green dragon, unable to take up the brunt, still looking confused, is taken out by 2 quick judgment strikes from Ignalia. Rogar.
Alright, with this one reappearing in front of me, I'm going to stab it with the jug.
All right, with advantage because you're invisible. 21. Roll one more time.
Yeah.
27. Okay, yeah, 27 will hit. Holy shit. Okay, so 37 points of damage.
Uh-huh.
Just keep in mind you do have a secondary effect on the gentleman now.
What?
He does?
No,
Does.
that's the dagger.
Oh, the
No.
dagger.
You have the dagger too. You got options, son.
You have a very powerful thing on the gentleman, if you remember.
What, the soul draining?
Where the hell is gentleman? Damn it. Gentleman. You have charges, if you recall.
Oh.
That if something has X amount of hit points less, you can... Oh wait, only if you hit a critical hit, though. All right,
Critical, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise,
okay, so 37 points of damage.
you can just
Super
delete anyone you
powerful.
don't like. You know what? Go away.
Done with you. All right, anything else, Rogar?
Nope, that's it.
All right, still invisible. You just see this half-red dragon lunging out in pain, groaning as his chest, blood starts leaking from his chest, attacked by an unseen attacker. Maximilian only one that really knows what's going on. Stone Skull, your friend's back.
Yeah, Stone Skull was directed north. Based on his terrible arcana, he looks north. Does he see anything?
You see a bunch of earth being, turned over and such from Terra's spell, but otherwise, no.
Oh man, I was hoping some dust would fly up.
Nothing. Okay. He then turns to this dragon guy and is going to reckless attack.
30 will hit.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. And 20.
Oh boy.
20 will also hit.
Lots of numbers there. 43.
43 points of damage. Okay.
Okay. And he is marked.
Mm-hmm.
And oh yeah, this. I should have done this before. Stomps on the ground, trying to knock him prone. Takes 6 bludgeoning damage. And where did we land on the rage damage with that? Yes, no.
No rage damage, no.
Okay, so 6 bludgeoning, and he is knocked prone.
Dude, please tell me you're envisioning the same way I am, like just Sparta kicking him.
Yeah,
Just straight forward.
just literally just, and I thought about it after. It would have been fantastic if I would have done that before, but that's fine because now it just leaves him prone, and he's gonna have to waste movement to get back.
Now it looks like you're toying with him, like
Right.
your sword play, front kick. Like, yeah, hey, you're in the wrong league, son.
All right, anything else?
And a quick glance back up north, not seeing anything. He's gonna shrug and keep his eyes focused here.
All right.
Shrug. I don't know.
Stone Skull swings Gleam Edge through the air twice, seeing his half-dragon friend return to this plane of existence. 2 huge cuts through him, and then Stone Skull just reaches this heavy boot that he has on his foot, slamming into this guy's chest. You see it impacting, and then a short moment later, just a concussive go boom, and you see him flying backwards and landing on his back from the impact of the boots of stomping.
That's even cooler.
Yeah.
Well done, sir.
This guy is
Like you just rest your foot
alive.
up there for a second. Pow!
He is going to
Like, it doesn't even have to be a hard kick because they're magically infused. He could just press just hard enough to activate it.
He is going to raise a... stowing his short sword, raises up a light crossbow. Oh, actually, he's going to do this first. Okay. He's going to raise his crossbow, and he's going to fire towards Stone Skull.
Okay.
25 to hit.
1 second. Going to warding maneuver.
20 to hit.
5. Oh, shit. Yeah, it still hits. That's fine.
All right. So that will be 11 piercing, 24 poison, and an additional 10 on top of that for a total of...
can't total. Can't
you have
total.
inspiration.
No, I don't. I used it.
You have the
Can't
So
what now?
I have-
on the poison.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you have,
concept on poison.
Okay, so the piercing is reduced by...
4 automatically.
Okay, and then you'll have resistance to everything else, right?
Yep. Yeah. So the piercing is down by 4, so that's
7 plus
7,
12
so-
plus 10.
yeah.
Oh, shit. I didn't roll that. There you go. 29.
It's halved on that, and then
That is halved. Oh, wait, sorry. The resistance wasn't. Minus 3. Or no, sorry. None of that was halved.
no, and actually
Half of 29.
yeah, and Aegis would be 5 now, right? It's not 4, it's 5.
Yeah, it's 5 now.
It's 5 now. So
14 points in.
1 of that, so 14, and then Stone's Endurance. So
Okay.
2.
Okay.
I do it. Gotta do it. Tanky tank stuff.
Something I've never looked at before, actually.
What's that?
Stone's Endurance.
It's
Solid.
just a free trait thing. Racial. It's a reaction. Is it a reaction?
Okay, so...
Yep. It's a reaction. And then warding is anytime something is going to hit. So.
but also use a reaction, so you can't use Stone's Endurance, actually.
Okay, Havoc. I know you want to kill me. I get it.
You're getting a little bit ridiculous with your turn economy. I'm just saying.
Got
Trying
it.
to rein it in. Trying to rein
Dial
it
it in.
in. So you will take the 14 points.
Yeah, gotcha.
All right. I'm like, that's a lot of damage reduction. Plus getting a warding maneuver on there is a lot. Okay, so that guy did his thing. This guy is
Warding
going to stand
maneuver
up.
didn't do
He is
anything,
super
though.
hurt. Gonna see if he gets his stuff back. He does. Could he have done anything with that? I don't think he could. No. Alright, so he is going to...
That was already going to get resistance.
Wait,
so that didn't
before the
help
turn
me.
starts,
So I
sorry.
tried to-
Somebody called me on the phone. I
Oh,
wanted to use my thing.
okay.
Yeah,
It was a 12
You
hit.
miss.
we got it.
Alright. Oh, wait,
It's
sorry,
all
he was
good.
prone. 19 hits.
Oh,
11 plus 13.
how did he get prone after hitting Stone Skull?
He got knocked down by Stone Skull.
Stone Skull kicked him in the chest.
Is that 11 plus 13 or just 11?
It's 11 plus 13.
Okay, alright, he's dead. So he
Dead.
does nothing. He had 12 HP left.
Wait.
So,
Hold on. Who hit
Mm-hmm.
Stone Skull? Was it the Green Dragon or was it the guy that was prone?
this guy hit Stone Skull with a light crossbow.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
Oh, so yeah,
phone
never
call.
mind.
Yeah,
You can't
no,
attack him.
ranged. Sorry.
Yeah, alright, so he's still alive.
Scratch
Huzzah!
We changed
Okay.
our mind, guys.
stands up.
It's fine.
He gets his breath weapon back. He looks towards Stone Skull and Maximilian, who is on the ground, and breathes a cone of fire.
You attack someone who's not me?
Yes,
There we go.
he can't see you.
Yeah, he's dead. Sentinel.
Jesus, my rolls tonight.
You can only use Sentinel on an actual attack.
Oh, I
not
saved.
a
Never mind.
AOE,
Right?
right? Question
What?
mark? Sentinel?
What? I don't have Sentinel.
Not you.
I thought you were asking.
When a creature makes an attack, yeah,
No,
it has to
I
make
have
an attack,
Sentinel.
not a
Okay, fine.
an AOE. Yeah, so you can't use Sentinel. Sorry. 13 for Stone Skull straight or Dex save, and Maximilian Dex save.
That was such a.
Oh, sorry. I dropped there for a second. I heard my name, but I
Okay.
didn't know what was what.
Yeah, Dex save. Fire breath coming at your face. Okay, both of you
Plus 2 for the
save.
shield.
Yep, both of y'all save. So, you have Shield Master, so you're gonna take no damage. I think, right? Is that how that works?
Yeah, I have to use a reaction to take no damage, so yes, I will.
All right. Stone Skull with your reductions from just your resistance, so that will be 9. 9 fire damage. All right, and that's God. He really does not want to be there anymore, but he's not gonna just risk an attack opportunity. Do.
Try and disengage.
He doesn't have an ability to do so. Yes, that. Oop.
2 sessions in a row,
Okay.
Havoc's trying to kill me. Because I'm the tank. And that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Keep everybody else from
Rogar, Mr. Half-Red Dragon, Stone Skull, and Max make dex saves, please. As a
Again?
fireball explodes next to you.
Of course it is. Jesus Christ, Havoc.
And Max one more time. Dex save. All right. So Rogar and Stone Skull are able to save. Rogar reducing it down to 17 with the save. Then minus half of that will be 8. Rogar takes nothing because evasion. Maximilian,
Oh,
35 total damage, but resisted because you're
What did I
a
just
gold
do?
dragonborn, down
Oh,
to
it's-
17 points of fire damage as a fireball explodes just up here, heading down and hitting you.
These casters need to die.
All right. That's his turn. Maximilian.
There's going to be a day
Is it Detect Magic, Concentration?
when I get
Question mark? I don't think it is.
to take my
Oh.
mage caster's feat. Our mage slayer's
So Detect
feat.
Magic is concentration. Alright, that's my bad. I didn't notice that. Okay. Steve, you're visible. Max, you still have Detect Magic going, though. You can see that this illusion magic has moved up further north. And you're still muted if you were not aware.
Yeah, I think mage slayer's what I've got to do now.
Yeah, sorry. I still see it. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, casting Detect Magic does end your greater invisibility.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was concentration. I thought it was just a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
Nope.
it. That's fine.
Let's see. I don't see anyone taking that.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and use my last level 5 slot and cast Dispel Magic at the illusion.
Okay. Your magic fails before it reaches its target.
Ruh-roh.
No, I cast it at a 5th level. He'd have to cast his at a 5th level.
A 5th level? Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
so he's going to have to roll... Alright, so he's not going to use a 4th level slot then. Yep, that's his last third. Okay, roll 1d20 plus 3. 15. Okay, same thing happens.
Yeah, at least he has no reaction. You're absolutely
I'm
right
going
on that.
to then. I'm going to use my movement to get here. I'm gonna chase him.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You see it, if you want me to move you, like, directly towards him.
Yeah.
20, 25, 30. He is about 10 feet away from you.
Okay. As I'm flying, I'm going to yell at Stone Skull. He's over here. Come with me.
We're still.
Okay, anything
we're
else?
Still.
Yeah, I give him a point of inspiration as I'm yelling at him.
Okay.
Okay.
Still the green half dragon though.
Maximilian flying forward, attempting to break this caster's spell, but just unable to do so, tries to lead the rest of you towards him. Tara, your turn.
Alrighty. Here we go. Can I see him? Probably not with a 3.
Nope.
Alright.
Stealth, just to be certain.
Just make sure he didn't.
Yep, nope, can't see him. Can't quite discern where he is.
Alright, then we still got Poison Dragon guy alive over here. He is going to catch the guy's fist. These hands right to the chest.
Catch these
Yeah,
fists.
23 will hit.
For 27 bludgeoning.
Ooh.
Nice.
He's not real good at strength saves. Yeah.
Oh, poor guy.
Alright, 27, and he is knocked prone.
And now Mr. Pebbles will go ahead and take his swings at him.
At advantage, 18 and 25 will both hit.
For 16 and 16.
Nice damage.
Hammer fist. Come up
You
top.
watch as this mass of earth that's shaped into a fist impacts against this half-green dragon. He flies to his back, and as he's looking up, starting to roll over, you see a fist catching him, forcing him back onto his back. As he rolls around, he looks up with just the last second look of fear in his eyes as Mr. Pebble's heavy fist collides with his head, crushing it beneath it.
Mm.
And that will end my turn.
Just squash. That's
Just
all you get.
alley-ooping him.
He
Pretty
just caught
much.
a bunch of hands.
That's, yep.
All of them.
All of them.
All right, Ignalia.
Cool. I'm gonna move about 15 feet back this way, and I'm gonna call to Max to say, point which direction he is.
Yeah, it's just pointing in the direction in front of me. I imagine I'm
Alright.
postured up, shield in front. You know, I called him out. It's a good idea.
Points directly north.
And alright, then about 25 feet in front of him, I'm gonna lob a fireball so that the blast ends just before him.
Oh, good idea.
All right.
I am too far away for him to counterspell, just so you know.
Yeah, no. I'm looking to see if he has anything else. He's a reaction,
He's
but I
like,
don't think
no,
he
I'm
does."
backing up. You can't get me.
No, no, no. Okay. Fireball, deck save.
No, you can't counterspell.
21.
Oh! Is that enough?
Well,
Does that
in
save
that
him?
case, no, that's half damage, but in that case, I'm gonna
Yeah.
win power just because.
So 17.
Yeah. Alright, so it actually is less now. Fuck. 31 points of fire damage.
So 15.
Wow.
That's unfortunate. Okay. All right.
What are the chances?
Is that how that works?
It's. I made it simpler. It's I can re-roll up to my charisma of the damage die. So I re-rolled the 1, 2s, and 3s. So if I do 46 minus the previous total of those,
Oh.
that would be the difference.
And yeah, got it 2 worse.
And they all rolled lower, so the new total is 31.
Unempowered.
Yep, he must use the new rules. Okay.
Ouch.
Alright.
Ouch.
He took 17 points of damage, so it's still going to be a DC 10 Constitution check. Okay. Maximilian, you're able to see the fireball exploding up to your north, and the flames kind of part right in front of you. Ignalia, looking that direction, you're able to see this too. But as the flames dissipate, this explosion dissipates, you see nobody standing there.
Ugh.
Anything else, Ignalia?
I mean, I still see him, right?
You still see magic. You don't see him.
When that cloud parts and I vaguely get a sense, can I lob a firebolt in its direction?
I mean, you could try. You'll still be attacking with disadvantage, but you can try.
I mean, I'll try for flavor.
Okay, yeah. Quicken spell firebolt.
Yeah, 22.
Watching these
24.
flames spread around this area, getting the direction directly north of Maximilian, Ignalia raises her other hand, and as the fire is just beginning to dissipate, this singular streak of fire flies right over Max's shoulder and hits something. For a few moments, you notice nothing. The fire winks out, and then you see a man materializing, and he falls over, groaning in pain. He's dead.
Oh, I was hoping it was the blue dragon.
My finger like a gun.
I forgot that the other
All right, anything else?
mage went invisible.
Is there still one guy left?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Rogar, they're singing your song.
They are. It's not stealing it from Stone Skull, so I don't feel bad.
29 hits. And go ahead and describe how you take out the last half-red dragon.
He says
Grab by the shoulder
unenthusiastically.
because he's facing Stone Skull, and as they spin him towards me, jab the gentleman in his gut. Kind of just let him slump off the end of the blade.
All right. So as you do so, just his focus, he's weary and tired, looking at Stone Skull, who seems the biggest threat. He doesn't notice you materializing as the greater invisibility drops, and you turn him around. He's shocked to see your face as you reach up with the gentleman stabbing into his gut, just a choking sound of gurgling, and then he falls backwards, landing on the ground with a heavy thud as you find yourselves out of combat.
All right, Mr. Pebbles, come on.
Somewhere
Mr.
revive the
Pebbles
horse.
is going to move right here. And I'm going to start trying to strap him up with the leather.
Never mind, we don't need the horse.
This doesn't mean that Mr. Pebbles can be used as a mount, by the way. That's not happening. I will not allow it.
I'm not allowing it. No.
All right. So as you fight off this ambush of cultists, them having a bit more powerful people along the roadway, a couple of their attacks, these half-red dragons being very much trained in the martial sense, you're still able to take care of them without much ado, killing all before you, though the casters definitely seem to have an effect on you and has been noted by the gods above. And you find yourself traveling further to the north towards Waterdeep, where you will arrive in 2 days hence without much ado. But before we continue on to Waterdeep, we are going to go ahead and take our quick 5-minute break.
Yeah.
So looting the bodies before we leave.
Yeah, we're...
You
nothing.
find... Oh shit, nope. Really? That's unfortunate.
Womp womp.
There we go. You find 600 Electrum pieces amongst all of them.
Oh, come on.
Electrum.
Havoc.
Out of
I'll be right back.
79.
Ew.
I leave it.
I mean, we're taking these half dragons with us too, right? They go on the dragon wagon, right?
The dragon wagon?
The dragons, it counts.
Possibly, yeah. All right. So you heard the guy. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break. When we return, we will get to Waterdeep, finally get to our RP that we were supposed to have for this entire session. I don't know. We'll sort it out, I guess. So don't go anywhere. Probably right close to 5 minutes. So give or take a little bit. We might come back early. I'm not sure. So don't go anywhere. All right, so I think we are good to go. Gonna bring most of us are back anyways. So yeah, let's go ahead and bring stream back and get things started. All right, so Havoc, whenever you're ready.
All right, with just over a day to go, you turn it in a bit early after your skirmish with these cultists. As you're still along the trainway, you still have a bit of time ahead of you before you reach the city of Waterdeep. But you know that you're very close. You turn in early, and you all rest pretty heavily. Still setting up a watch and such. Your travel slowed just a bit more. Mr. Pebbles is passable as a replacement for the draft horse you lost in that fight. But he's not really trained to be carrying such. He does his best under Tara's guidance, but not as fast. You wake up the next morning, heading off bright and early to finish your last day of travel, and before evening falls, there's still about 3 hours of light or so. You find yourself arriving at Waterdeep. Over to the new map. I don't know if all of you have seen this map before.
I have.
Oh, Forge has, but I don't think y'all have been back since I changed the map. So, for everyone else, this is Waterdeep. So, there are a lot of things here. This is a little bit more high res. You can zoom in a bunch and see all the different streets and a few different points of interest within the city and such. You find yourself arriving through the south gate, moving through the large outer gates that are still open even with this time of trouble with the Tyranny of Dragons going on, but still open to the public, and you find yourself moving in through a horde of other merchants and travelers and such, moving into the city as well as out. You move through the south gate into the south ward and find yourself moving along the way of the dragon. You start getting a lot of looks, as even with the wide berth that is the streets of Waterdeep, especially along the high road and the Way of Dragon, these main thoroughfares through the street, your colossal monstrosity of a wagon. Actually, I retcon all of that. Let me go back a bit, sorry. As you get to the gate, you move through the outer gates without issue, moving forward, and as you get to the south gate itself, you wait your turn, having to move through a queue for the most part, moving into the city itself. As you get up to the gates proper, you talk to the guards, the city watch and such that are there, and show them your paperwork and such, and they all respectfully nod to you and tell you to enter into the city and move through. As you move forward, you, having the smaller wagons up front now, take them through without issue and start with Stone Skull still leading the reins of 3 draft horses and Mr. Pebbles. Command them to move forward. Stone Skull, as you move forward, you move through the gate without issue. But as you feel your cargo moving through, you feel a slowing and then a stop. And you turn around and you see that your cargo, you see the horses as well as Mr. Pebbles struggling. And you see your cargo beginning to slide off the wagon.
Immediately shout back to the others. Hold on. Let me see how I react to this. Okay. He immediately turns back and remembers there are guards right here. I don't want to shout dragon. Keep it on the cart! And shout back to the others as I see the cart starting to tip, and then I'll immediately stop the horses, jump off, and rush back and just try my damnedest to keep it on the cart.
Okay. What's everybody else do?
I'm up on Mr. Pebbles, so...
Oh, God.
Ignalia? Rogar?
That's my night
that
tonight.
helps, don't
Right
spell.
there.
Okay.
Yeah, I got no spells for this, so I'll just try to help.
15.
Okay.
Wow.
So as you all rush back behind the cart, you do notice
What
something.
does
As
it
Stone
say?
Skull stops the horses and such, you rush back behind. And you see immediately bracing against this cargo, still covered completely by a canvas. You press against it, and you notice that you're not really moving it anywhere. But then you look, and you see that it's not moving towards you. It's not falling off. Make everybody but Terra make perception checks. All of you, as you look around, kind of glancing at each other, you initially thought that the dragon was just falling off the cart. You move around, and you see the dragon's not moving. The cart isn't moving, and nothing else is moving. You start to examine, and Ignalia, you pick up the canvas and kind of peek under it, kind of concealing it in such a way that nobody else sees your cargo. And as you look up, you see that the head of this dragon, which had been sitting up towards the front of the cart up next to Stone Skull, has moved all the way back and kind of is crumpled in on itself on top of the body. And you see its scales are almost flattened in such a way that it almost looks like it's running into an invisible wall.
Guys?
Oh.
I think they might have more defenses than we were aware of.
For dead dragons?
I mean...
Don't say the dragon word.
we'll
Guard
call
perks
them
up.
D-Rons.
Dragons?
Somebody show him the writ so he'll go away.
Did somebody say dragons?
No, I said cabbages. Please leave.
Oh, okay. All right. Guard just looks at it. Hurry up now. Get your cargo out of the way.
Is
Guys, I don't know
this
what to do.
is this Max's fault?
No, wait, hold on. Time out, sorry. So, wait, why don't we just throw the tarp bag? Yeah, dragon. A dead one.
Yeah, do it. That's what the plan was, I thought. I
Yeah,
thought we were coming in
pull it
here
up.
announced anyway.
We yell it like...
I'm not trying to smuggle this thing in. Show them the writ.
Or the-
Open the tarp. Let's
I
go.
don't think we
Okay.
can bring it in. It's being forced out.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, we're gonna stay right here until, go fetch Lord Neverember. And get his ass. Tell him to come out here.
So what are y'all doing? I need very clear and concise
I am.
wording.
Throwing the tarp back and telling the guard that we've brought a fallen enemy of the Sword Coast. And we bring him, I just want to, I guess, we bring him back to, show they can be defeated and we shouldn't be scared of them.
Make a performance check.
Can I add on to that to give them... Yep, never mind.
Okay. So Max, looking back and forth, and kind of shrugs, says, "No, we've done nothing wrong. We're here to show off this conquered foe." And as he does so, he grabs both ends of the tarp that he can grab to and just begins dragging off. As he does so, the corpse of this black dragon is revealed not only to the few guards, about 6 or 7 guards around you, but also the probably 50 or 60 people that are surrounding you, kind of blocked here at the south gate with you stopping traffic. You hear a collective gasp as everyone looks at this dragon freaking out for a few moments, but seeing Maximilian presenting it out and begins saying stirring words that the enemy can be defeated and such, they don't immediately jump into panic. With the guards seeing this creature there and seeing it there, they look back and forth at the party and say, very well, heroes, we've seen your writ, we know who you serve, but you see him eyeing the crowd and such, who looks on the edge of panic seeing this dragon. You see a few more inquisitive people kind of staring at the body with it mangled and crushed in a few places from falling through the roof and cut across its back and such from Gleam Edge attacking it. They seem to be examining it, but other ones are chattering amongst themselves, and you hear mild panic spreading through the crowd behind them, but it's kind of subdued by the fact that the dragon is in fact dead. The guard kind of looks back and forth noticing this, and he says, maybe... can you not get it inside the city walls and cover it, please? I do not want to spread panic through the city. Or take it to the side. Something, please. What? What won't let you in?
The city. There's a barrier, apparently.
Yeah,
You see how the head used to be up there, and now it's kind of, well, shoved up its own ass, really?
Like, I did not see it. You had a tarp on it and concealed it for everyone.
I'm telling you.
If you can't take it into the city, please just take it off to the side or something. He kind of motions to like hundreds of people trying to make their way into Waterdeep. He says, I need to go through the rest of the queue. This is holding things up. I don't need to be rude, but...
We'll bring it aside if you bring us a lord or somebody who knows how to get around this ward. The dragon's coming in eventually.
That he
just relax. The more people that are here, more people that are clogged up, the more people will see this brought into town. We'll wait until the word is dropped.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh shit, I stepped away from my computer.
Let's get your bass back. D&D, need you to roll dice.
What'd you want, performance or persuasion?
Persuasion.
I'm good at this.
Okay. The guard looks a bit hesitant, but he says, you know what? Compromise here. I have a job to do. I need to usher people in and out of the city. Move it over to the side of the road. Everyone will see it as they're entering. I will have some guards there and tell them that you brave adventurers slayed the beast and there is nothing to be afraid of. It will be fine and it will not interfere with my job. I will send off 2 of my men to go fetch a lord or a magistrate or something to talk to you. But I need this out of the road. Please. Please. I'm begging you.
No, of course. My apologies. Let's move the cart to the side. And once we do so, I'm going to try and stir up an audience.
I'm going to help him with that.
So let's go make an animal handling check. With advantage because you're proficient in land vehicles. Yeah, so do a land vehicle check. Do you have a land vehicle check? That would just be relying on handling.
Tara's gonna attempt to assist by tapping Mr. Pebbles on his chest. Come on, Mr. Pebbles, lead him around.
You can do something cool. Move the ground underneath the back of the wheels so it slides backwards. Just like make indentations to make gravity move it back.
But I'm not sure they'd like me damaging their bridge, sir. Mr. Pebbles can handle turning around.
I will say with Mr. Pebbles assisting along with the 11 animal handling check, you'll be able to do so. So you kind of back the wagon up. The horses, a bit begrudgingly, but they're able to start backing up, moving it out of this gate. You see the head that was kind of clumped up against the body of this black dragon begins to relax and stretch back out again as the resistance it was meeting goes away. You back it up in such a way that you're able to turn and then move out of the way and kind of park it up next to the wall of Waterdeep as well as the road. With that, the guard profusely, thank you very much. I will send my men off and they will retrieve someone to talk to you. Thank you very much. And he turns around. He just like starts yelling out, "Yes, yes, everyone's please. Our enemies can be conquered. The adventurers here, they serve our lord." He leans over real quick. What are your names? Do you have a group name? Something I can tell them, please.
We're the scales.
Wait,
Scales,
can I cut in on this? Just because
Oh
it's
yeah.
seeing this
Yes.
clusterfuck of an attempt to get the dragon inside the city. I kind of just said, all right, fuck it, go for broke, and I get up on the back of the wagon as we're moving it, and I just start shouting at all of the people nearby. Come, people!
Okay.
See the enemy slain! The scales of justice bring you victory! Just completely out of character for her.
Okay.
All right. Make a performance check with advantage. Excellent. All right.
Awesome.
So as the man is reaching over, kind of leaning over, asking, "What is your name?" Like something I could tell them. Ignalia, he kind of glances up above Max. You see Ignalia in full armor and regalia, standing up on top of the back of this giant, or this just giant dragon, exclaiming out to the people. You see everybody kind of. This din of people that was like a dull roar of talking and such grows silent as Ignalia begins to speak. Completely out of character, but it's fun. Begins yelling out to these people that the enemy can be defeated and to behold what you have brought, saying that the scales have taken care of their problems. As she says this, you see the people looking amongst themselves and then looking up at the dragon, looking up at Ignalia, glancing down at the rest of you, Stone Skull, Terra, Maximilian, Rogar. And then a cheer erupts from everyone in the immediate area. The other one's kind of slow on the uptake because they're kind of far away, but the rest of them in front of you are super excited, cheering out and such. You see people start moving through, the guard kind of nodding and such and taking papers and marking stuff down. Yes, thank you, moving past, and you see people kind of moving past the dragon, observing it and such. With this rousing speech from Ignalia. People have been calmed down now. They're moving through, observing the dragon. You see children kind of shying away from it. It's still a very menacing beast, even in death. About 20 minutes goes by of you standing there and kind of nodding to people, playing celebrity for the most part. And then you see a man you don't recognize, but wearing somewhat fine clothing and such. You recognize him as probably a magistrate for Waterdeep. He moves out and he kind of walks over, kind of looking around, and he has his back towards you, not really noticing what's behind him. He turns around, he immediately raises a hand, kind of, you can tell from his body movements and such, can't really hear him over the din of the crowd, looking down at this guard and talking to him, and then he looks confused and then turns around, and then he finally sees this dragon with all of you adventurers surrounding him. Ignalia still kind of standing up on top of the wagon, smiling and nodding at everybody. His face goes pale. As he sees this sight before him. He takes a few moments to collect himself and then moves forward. As he approaches you all, moving through the crowd of people in between him on the one side of the road and to you on the other, he kind of moves forward and looks at you all and at the dragon. You see him kind of shying away a bit and stepping over nearer to the wall. He addresses the group of you and says, "Oh, why are you bringing this into the city?"
Because it's dead.
We need all to see. We need not fear these beasts. They bleed, and they can be killed.
That he kind of slowly nods. He says, "It's definitely." You see him kind of scanning the crowd, which at this point you see is smiling and adoration as well as respect, and still some fearful glances here and there, but overall seems to be a not joyous, but a positive experience.
Right.
He nods and says, "It does seem to be good for morale. Well, if you would like to parade it through the city, I will get a retinue of guards, I suppose, to accompany you. Why did you stop at the edge of the city? Not that I'm complaining, honestly, but why did you stop?"
The gate seems to be warded against dragonkind.
With that, you see a raised eyebrow across this magistrate. He says, "There are no wards here that I know of. You're sure something stopped you?"
Very.
With that, he nods. Says, well... You see him kind of glancing over towards the gate, and he even reaches out a hand, kind of swiping his hand through it a few times. That is interesting. Wait here. Give me some time. I think this may be above my pay grade, possibly. Give me a second. And with that, you see him disappearing back into the gates and vanishing from sight. Once again, you see this hordes of people. Once again, every hour there are hundreds of people moving through this gate, in and out of the city. You see people moving into the city and out of it, all observing this black dragon that you have brought here on display. About an hour passes, actually, before someone new shows up. You see... Yeah... you see a familiar face. She glides out of the gates with a grace that is only becoming of someone of the elven race, or someone who's been within courts and noblehood for a very long time. You see Lady Laeral Silverhand, the open lord of Waterdeep herself, moving out of the south gate and coming to present herself to you. As she moves out, you see the crowd... The crowd almost parts for her. She does nothing. No guards. There are guards present around her, but not in front of her. It's almost naturally the people know to move away from her, to give her reverence, and to stay at a respectful distance. As she moves out, she looks around, kind of bowing her head to the people and such, and then turns her gaze towards you all. As some of you bow and such towards her, she inclines her head towards you and begins to move closer. And as she does so, you see the crowd behind her moving forward, a few people whispering back and forth, that you're able to hear some people just talking about the beauty of this woman, and others maybe having an inkling of who she is exactly, but not many seem to do. With that, Laeral looks over and she reaches up a hand and kind of taps her bottom lip and says, "Quite a interesting display you've brought here. Was there a reason behind this?"
We brought the enemies of Waterdeep to their knees, and then we brought them to your doorstep.
And now we're going to keep them.
It's gonna be our chimney.
That she...
Just shrug. Face palm.
With that, she smiles and lets out a bit of a giggle, which is very odd for this woman, very regal in her bearing and such, but you see just a bit of more femininity coming from her. She shakes her head and says, "Well, I can see why you would have trouble trying to do so. You see," and she looks back behind her and kind of moves forward a little bit closer to you, kind of motioning for you all to gather around. You see her reaching out a hand and grabbing onto Tira's wrist very softly and pulling her over to the rest of you, so that you're all within a few feet of her. As she does so and you all get close to her, she says, "There is ancient magic here on Waterdeep. Long before it was called Waterdeep, there was... Well, does anyone know anything about mythos, perhaps?"
Shake my head.
With that, Laeral nods, says, "I would think not. It's ancient and powerful magic. Mythos were... arcane magic of the highest degree. They could do things that one mage or even a small horde of them were unable to do. When this place was not called Waterdeep, an elven city reigned here. A mythal was cast around it, a protection barrier to bar all dragons from entering." With that, she looks around. She sees a few of you kind of with questioning looks in your eyes, and she nods. She says, "Even dead ones. Draco Liches were still a problem back then. The cult wasn't always trying to summon their queen." You see her kind of looking over her shoulder and choosing her words. "Once upon a time, they attempted to bring in undead dragons into this realm. And we had to protect against them as well. That she looks down at the dragon, says, "What's again is your intent with this creature?"
We wanted to bring the people some happiness, and he's also going to go on our fireplace.
I'm gonna, put my hand on Tara's shoulders, and we intend to use this as a signal, as a reminder that while, even in the times like these, when the Sword Coast is being ravaged by dragonkin, that they can be stopped.
That's what I just said.
It is, and just in different words.
Stone Skull kind of like raises his hand a bit.
And with that, you see Lyra kind of listening to you all, and then looks over towards Stone Skull and says, "Yes, my friend."
How was he able to get in? And point to Max.
As she looks at that, she smiles and says, well, the spell is called Argarion's Dragon Wars. It is specifically tuned to stop dragons, true dragons, both undead and alive alike. Those of... She kind of thinks for a moment, looking at Steve and Maximilian. Those of different descent, while still linked to dragons, are not the same. It does not affect
Yes.
them.
Knowing is
That being said, no dragon or undead dragon or deceased dragon is able to enter this city. And I do think your hearts are in the right place with what you want to do, but unfortunately there is no breaking this magic. There is one way, but there is an item called the Dragon Staff of Ageron that allows one to enter if you are a dragon, if it is in your possession, but that item has been missing for some time.
So what if we just take all the scales and the bones and just carry them in?
And with that, she kind of looks up at you, Stone Skull, and then raises an eyebrow and turns to look at the crowd. If it is no longer in its form, if it is dismembered, I suppose, in such a way, then yes, it no longer can be resurrected and such, and will no longer be barred from entrance. I would suggest somewhat heavily, as I am the open lord of this city, to not do so in sight of the people. It is a bit barbaric to some.
Oh, don't worry. If we're gonna do this, we'll do it right off the road somewhere. Nobody will see us. It's fine.
With that, you see her shaking her head and nodding. She looks over you all and says, "I would appreciate that. That would make my life mildly easier. I did hear an interesting rumor as I was summoned to approach here by one of my magistrates, who now knows a barrier exists. I will have to take care of that, I suppose. But you do understand that Ageron's Dragon Ward is to be kept secret. It is not something known to many, and I do intend to keep it that way." And she kind of eyes all of you. Even Tara, you feel a gaze upon you as she does so.
That's weird. I've never felt that before. What is that?
We will, nod and, acquiesce and say the secrets should stay with us.
With that, she nods. "Excellent. That is good to hear. I simply request if you could not cause such a commotion. I understand it was not any fault of your own, but please do not dismember this dragon in the sight of the common people. You have done something good today, I think. People will be talking about this development for some time, I think. Hopefully in a sweet light versus a bitter one. Once again, she kind of clears her head and says, I heard an interesting rumor on my way here. They said that someone called the Scales had slain this dragon. Were they talking about you?
He was. We've adopted the name, the Scales of Justice.
With that, you see Laral kind of thanking. Once again, she kind of taps her lower lip with one of her fingers, and she starts to nod. She says, yes, that's quite apt for you. You are the scales that I feel will tip this war one way or another. I do hope in our favor, of course, but the future is unclear. Scales of justice. I think that's quite apt for you all. With that, she nods and kind of glances over her shoulder at the rest of the people. Says, well, I have been out of the palace far too long. I'm sure people are looking for me, but I had to get out. That was suffocating. I'm sure you understand. But I think I will be seeing you soon. I've heard rumors that another council will be called very soon, within the next day or two. It seems some interesting developments have arisen from the Scales exploits, I think.
There's much to discuss. Things are moving faster now than we anticipated.
With that, she nods as well. Hopefully not too fast for us all. We shall see, I suppose. Well, with that, I bid you adieu once again. Please, out of sight, everybody, out of sight of everyone. And she glances at Stone Skull. I understand what you want to do. Just don't cause a ruckus. I will see you soon.
We're gonna sell dragon steaks on the roadside. That's okay, right?
No. Well, in order for something to not to be resurrected, it has to be missing a vital part. So my thought, behead it, take out its heart.
Yeah, we have to eat the heart.
We have to destroy the heart. And what better way?
Lady Laral just sees you talking amongst each other, and she shakes her head and says, very well. Have a nice day, my friends. And she turns and glides off back into the city. You see her kind of nodding and bowing her head in reverence to the common people once again as she enters back into the city and disappears out of sight. You find yourself standing over this dragon after meeting with a bit of more candid appearance of Lady Laral Silverhand before you, as you learn about an ancient mythal, Agaron's dragon ward that is on the city. It seems like Waterdeep could be protected from dragons, at least for now. But that being said, you still have a black dragon that you now need to dispose of, knowing that it, in its current form, cannot enter the city at this point. And you know that another Council of Waterdeep is soon approaching, more than likely because of you, because of what you have done for the Sword Coast at this point, with meeting with the metallic dragons and rallying their supports, as well as dealing with the accursed Neurovane and his attacks on the Misty Forest. But as you stand out here in front of Waterdeep with admiring people looking at your slain enemy, this black dragon, that is where we're going to end the session for the evening.
Causing a ruckus.
Disturbing the peace.
Disturbing the peace. You're all banned from Waterdeep.
Max, I feel
Red
dirty.
gets over that.
Oh, because what? Because you stole my bar thunder? You son of a bitch.
Yeah, well, maybe you did it correctly.
I mean, he was setting up for a performance check, and you're like, no, I
And you were
stand
like, no,
up
I'm
on
going to do
stuff.
it completely against character.
Listen,
Sweet, cool.
Steve
I like
steals
that.
the
That's a lot of
kills.
fun.
I gotta steal some kind of thing.
I don't.
Or you don't. You already stole my role
kill.
in the fucking party with your fucking character change. You don't get to steal my shtick too. You jackass.
Don't steal.
Yeah, jackass.
Yeah, how about that? I'll let you know how I really feel. I was going for a flaming paladin, and who shows up when Arun fucking leaves? A better flaming paladin.
Ignali
Hey, now,
is
you had no levels of paladin when I joined.
Ignali is just upset because Stone Skull took her tank thunder.
What tank? I just have a high AC.
Okay.
Don't worry, I found your weakness today. Mages fuck you up.
Give me how many levels? How many levels, guys? till I get my next ACI or ASI.
What's ACI? What the fuck's that?
ASI. Is it?
You get an
2?
improvement on your
It's
AC?
4?
No.
It's 4. Fuck.
Yeah, about that.
4.
Yeah, not while this campaign's going.
No. Damn it.
Yeah, y'all are maxing out at 14 or 15. I haven't decided yet.
Yeah. Fine.
That was a fun session tonight, guys.
If you gave me one more, I'd have an
It was.
Age Slayer. It was a lot of fun.
That was fun. I was super excited when you were like, "We're taking the dragon's body with you." And I'm like, "Oh, this will be fun." They don't know about this. All right.
Mm-hmm.
There is no side quest with this. Y'all aren't going to find the dragon staff. Just so you know.
I am 100% taking the wagon and setting it at the side of the road, and we're going to make money selling dragon steaks.
Oh, I was 100% on board when you said that. I was like, what a great idea.
No, what? No, wait. Whoa, hold on. We don't want to keep this thing intact?
I thought you said that we had to
We
chop it up.
can't.
No, just the head and the heart.
Listen. Yeah, in order to resurrect something, it has to be completely intact with all the vital organs. If you take out the heart and cut off that, you can't destroy the heart. It's done.
And now the
Aren't the
lawful
undead mostly
good are
just
taking the fun out of it.
And not
Fucking
chaotic
lawful good.
Fuck you, lawful good.
Sorry, bud.
And alright, Havoc, get your goddamn warlock out here. I got a head in my bag and I want it gone.
I mean, I was set up for y'all to go meet Vlagan again, and then y'all decided to drag a fucking dragon through the front door of Waterdeep. So,
All right.
Dude, our crib is gonna be so sweet.
It's going to be so good.
Right. And the black dragon too.
Uh-huh.
I gotta go edit the freaking. Oh yeah, we're gonna have. Where are y'all gonna put that? I need to know that so I can go.
I
edit
thought
the
we were
map.
putting it on the roof.
On the roof.
Laying it like curled up around the chimney.
Can't do that like with the entire dragon though. Like,
Why?
well, I guess you could.
Right?
And Tara's
Well,
gonna build some supports, and we're gonna prop them
we
up
can-
there.
we
We
can-
just got a taxidermist. We need one of
Look,
those.
yeah, we can still do the fucking dragon meat, I guess.
Oh
there's
shit! I never thought I'd have to do in a
everything.
fucking D&D game is write up an NPC taxidermist.
No.
Joe
For a
McGarth,
dragon.
taxidermist. That's
And
who I become
we're-
our.
Drake
And-
taxidermist?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
that's how
also
he's gonna become our guild manager.
we absolutely have to have a guild manager as well. So
So
And
Joe
we also
Garth is
need a
going to be
taxidermist.
taxidermist / guild master for you all.
hey, you seem to be good at handling the dead bodies of dragons. How about you come and join the scales? We
that.
need a manager.
You're good with dead bodies. Come be our guild manager. Kai, is that you?
Like how we just role played.
I mean, we are in Waterdeep.
Next session. Way to go, guys. We're
Yeah,
cutting
master.
dragon up. We're selling meat. We're getting Joe McGarth, the taxidermist
We're
guild hall
not
guy.
Joe
hey,
McGarth.
this is lawful. We're not selling it. We're giving it away.
Just so
Why
you know,
would
it's
we give
Joe
it away?
McGarth.
Because we're giving it to the people.
You want to fight about this?
No,
You
we're
really
not
don't
fighting
wanna do
about
that with
this.
me.
We're selling it.
We
Stone
are
Skull,
selling it.
Stone Skull stomps,
Are
and
the
there's a little
people
quake on
starving
the
here?
ground.
Is there a famine going on in Waterdeep right now? If there's a famine, I'll be fine with giving away the meat. If you see a hungry little poor homeless girl, give her some meat. Everyone else, you're paying. You're paying me my money.
Sorry.
He grabs some meat and hands it to Tara.
Yeah, you need to go talk to Joe and get that handled while we handle what's going on over at the road.
You
And that's
need
how
to
we'll
talk to
settle.
Joe.
It's not happening. It's being given away.
The dragon's gonna be stuffed and mounted on the wall. Someone's gonna
I will say
is that a real
in-
dragon? And we're gonna say, nope, Chuck Testa.
I will say in Maximilian's defense, Cult of the Dragon is attacking a lot of like farms and settlements and such. Food could start getting very scarce here very soon. It isn't quite there yet, but it could be soon. Someone broke
Yeah.
up. Or
Well, no, you just,
The
it's a
responsible
celebratory
thing to do would be for me to finish building
All
the
right.
cave under the guild hall, get this meat preserved, store it down there, and then when the famine hits highest, jack up the price.
Yeah, that's not.
I'm sure the lawful goods will be like, yes,
the paladins are
fine.
like,
All right.
totally warmongering. That's totally.
All right, I'm gonna
Straight up
end stream here,
profiteering
guys.
here now.
All right, bye, stream.
Oh, I didn't even know she was still going.
Yeah, like I'm
Totally.
just letting him into this conversation that we're having about
this
what
is,
we're doing. To
this
the
is what
dragon. It's
happens
fine.
after most of my D&D games, by the way, chat. Here you go. Fucking fuckery abounds at limitless fucking bounds. It's stupid.
All right, I'm gonna. All right.